Hello, welcome to Mysteries of the Sand, a Monster of the Week campaign set in ancient Egypt that I'm just reading off the text right there because, yes. Uh, last week we've had one of our players, the Monstrous, have their character cured of their monstrosity and settle down and retire as a guardian of the Sphinx, so that's kind of cool. So this session we have two new players to completely replace them. I mean, join the campaign. Yes, that, not replace them. That would be sad. Yes. So let's go over our existing players first, introduce themselves. Then we'll have the new players introduce their character as well. So let's go, old players. Go.
Wait, what?
You go.
Oh, are we still doing it in Discord order?
I don't know. Any order works, I guess.
Hi, I'm Janine. I play as the mundane. I'm a goat herder.
I am Fermi. I play as a spooky. I am an overseer at a local armory.
And I'm Nadine, and I play Maya, the expert who's working at the Library of Alexandria.
That flex. All right. Now for our
Yes.
new players, introduce yourselves and your characters to everyone. I guess I don't know. Here.
Paradigm.
Okay, so hello, I'm Callum. I will be playing Hector of Rhodes. The playbook I'll be using is the Gumshoe, but for the case of this Mystery of the Sands, Ancient Egypt, it doesn't quite fit, so I will be a member of the Phylakitai.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, okay, is it me?
Yes,
Yes.
Thrawn.
Okay, I'm Thrawn, and I play as Annam the Wronged. I'm a thief.
Wow.
That's all.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
I like it, but yeah, you'll eventually have to like explain further. But all right. So to give a slight recap, who wants to do a recap of the last mystery to our existing players, of course?
We fought a boss battle.
Flux, do it.
Okay, so we fought a boss battle. That's actually much all you need to know. And I guess that's pretty much it, honestly.
That's
You
too
almost
short.
got murdered.
No, you were saying I was concise?
And the whole part about one of your team members getting cured of their thingy and retiring. And
I
that,
mean, is that
Yeah.
relevant to them? Is that really relevant to them?
yes,
Yep.
okay, fine. Yeah, so they fought a mini kaiju trapped under that was like trapped underneath the Sphinx. Everyone just decided to, hey, we're gonna put you back to sleep underneath the Sphinx again instead of killing you because that would be rude. So nobody was rude. I mean it's not rude to be rude at normal human people and letting them get killed, but it is rude to kill a monster. I totally understand and agree. Anyway, yeah, Ramesu settled down at the Giza, and yeah. Point of note is that even though the Monstrous's curse is gone, the fact that they were cursed by that missing tablet, stolen tablet from the tomb of Petsibas, that is still part of the arc. So we will still move forward with that. So don't think that the just because that has been cleared away, this is all gone. Because yeah, stories don't work like that. Anyway, okay, cool. That's the thing. Yeah. So let's actually begin, and we will do stuff. So the episode, this is kind of like season 2 because season 1 kind of ended with the monstrous arc finishing out, and yes, correct. The monstrous arc kind of finished out season 1. So season 2 begins with a boat ride on the Nile with our Gamila, Maya, and Fermi returning from Giza to Alexandria, and At the same time, as it's the morning, the sun is rising, and we see the boat coming through the Nile as it enters the southern docks of Alexandria. At the same time, the camera pans over to the northern docks, and we also see another boat arriving from far away, from beside the Pharaoh's lighthouse, and entering the northern docks. And out of that boat steps our very extremely buff gladiator type person who's not wearing the gladiator mask. So yeah,
So
yeah, cool.
yeah.
So yeah, the first thing that will happen is that I need to go close the window because it's storming. Now that I've closed the window, all right. So the three of you, I guess you go your separate way. Who is going to Ramesu's house to deliver Ramesu's letter to his mother and father?
I would probably be the one.
All right, cool. All right. So
Wait,
Farmi,
hold on. I missed something from lesson. What happened to Ramesu?
he
He dis-
was cured.
I
And
know, I meant like what's he doing right now?
oh, he
He stayed
became.
behind.
Hmm.
Sorry, keep
Yeah.
going.
No, go on. No, you go on. Go on, please.
Yeah, he stayed behind to guard the monster underneath the Sphinx
Ah, okay,
to make sure it doesn't get out again.
gotcha.
And also make sure a certain extremely curious
Huh?
scholar from Alexandria won't try to pet it.
Oh, I have ways. I can get past him.
You leave it to your great grandkids to do it.
Oh god.
Where
Probably
there's a monster, there's a
the
way.
explorers in the epilogue is probably like descendants of
Oh
Maya.
my gosh. All right. Yeah. So Farmi and Maya go their separate way. Gamila heads to Ramesu's house on the on the crypts outside of town to the west on the hills, this way, like this way on this map outside of town. And yeah, goes up to their house and yeah, kind of gives them the letter. Do you tell them anything? Hamas and Nephitali, their father and mother.
I just say, I'm here to deliver Rames's letter.
Okay, you give it to them. Hamas kind of reads it. Both of them read it. Hamas looks a bit dejected, and yeah, it looks kind of sad. And Nephitali looks like kind of concerned. It's like, that's new. I should go visit him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what happened. Nephitali decides that she will visit him soon in a few days to help him set up and stuff, and you go on to your home, I guess. Cool. All right, now we're going to that's that. We're going to pause the game right there and establish the backstories and everything for the two new characters. All right, so Hector of Rhodes, you have recently arrived back from Rhodes to your home. Yes, yes, we have another two boys as teammates. I mean, yes. What the hell? Oh god, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Oh no. Oh no.
What happened?
Well,
Poor Hector and Annam, that they are not ready for Gamela. No, oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh no.
And I was really hoping the talk with Maya had helped.
And I just so you know, Hector is probably not quite as muscular, but probably somewhat slightly less muscular than Gamila's mother. So,
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, forgot that Camilla's mother was a butch.
Gamila's
No,
mother is essentially Hulk, I guess. Except
yeah, she helped.
all right. Okay. So, all right. So, why don't you Chaotic, why don't you like give like everyone like a introduction to your character, like a little bit more about their backstory and slightly, and we'll figure it out.
So Hector was born in Rhodes to a father who was a soldier and a mother who
Oh.
was a housewife. He trained from a very young age in martial combat, and eventually his father retired from being a soldier in Rhodes. And the family moved to Alexandria, where his father became a trainer of the Phylacti, and Hector eventually entered into the Phylacti as a member. More recently, his father died in a mysterious incident that Hector does not talk about, and he headed back to Rhodes to lay his father to rest. And he spent a bit of time in Rhodes, and now he's on his way back after hearing about strange occurrences happening in Alexandria.
All right. So okay. So go to your playbook section and let's like go to the history section and try to like figure out which questions fit with these existing characters. If nothing fits, you are welcome to make up your own.
Were very modern.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually checked out the sheets. How do they look?
Okay, so I pick each of the hunters, right? So, Strawn, I caught you
Yeah.
committing a crime, but let you go. What crime did I catch you at? And why did my code require you to require me to look the other way? So I'll explain that. You just tell me the crime.
But no. I was pretty much stealing from an old grandmother.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Oh,
Why were you stealing?
I was trying to get ingredients for my alchemy stuff,
and alchemy.
but apparently there was nothing inside there except for a hair comb. So I was just like, I didn't steal anything. Can you just let me go?
Okay. So I caught you stealing, but you didn't actually steal anything. So I would have sort of let you off with a sort of warning not to let me catch you again.
And I'm just like, okay, thank you, and then look the other way and then run quickly.
all right. Okay, so that happened like quite recently, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Wouldn't it be nice that you literally step off the barge that was like the trireme that brought you from Rhodes? You literally step off and like into like as you walk a little distance into the city, you see this happen.
All right.
All right, very nice. Steal from an old lady for alchemy stuff. Since you didn't actually steal anything, Hector.
Why would I need a hair comb for alchemy?
That's for you to decide. All right.
Well,
Okay.
Lice.
What
Lice,
about the
maybe?
others? What about the others?
Okay. So
Uh,
Yeah, are you still talking? Not.
Are you? Hello?
Hello.
is it just me?
Eh?
Okay, so I can hear all of you guys.
Chaotic. Are you like silent or are you?
Oh God.
Oh, whoa.
Oh
my
god.
god.
Oh,
My
my God.
my apologies. My headset just came unplugged. I'm very sorry about that.
Are you
I was
sure?
in a-
Are you sure a Terminator didn't drill the old you, and we're now talking with the Terminator? Chaotic.
I
You
think
could be. You could be talking to the Terminator. So I was speaking, but I didn't realize my thing was out. So I was saying. So for the next person. So the case that my father died on was very mysterious, and involved things that I've since grown accustomed to, but I didn't understand at the time. So I came seeking information at the Library of Alexandria. So Maya, what key expertise did you provide that helped me in that mystery?
I mean, I could probably show you the right books to find out what killed him and to find a way, maybe, to figure out how to stop whatever killed him, if that's what you want to do.
Okay. That's probably how we know each other is. I ask you for information back in the day.
You are probably just shown to her because she's the resident monster expert at the library. So when you came in, was like, yeah, go talk to Maya. She knows that stuff.
Resident weirdo.
Resident.
Yeah.
Hey, question, Hector. How long ago did your father die?
Probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I probably enrolled since then, basically dealing with the body and then doing some other stuff, and then now I'm back.
Oh, very nice. Very
Basically.
nice.
Okay. So I can't see any questions here that would link me to Gamilla, but I can think of one that might link me. That might be good for Fermi. So Fermi, do you live by a code? And if you do, what is it?
A code.
Yes.
Huh.
As in, do you have your own sort of moral code?
Honestly, I think, yeah, I guess for me now, back then for me would be like, his quote would be survive, but now his quote would be, I don't know. Everyone's in this together. Yeah, that's my code.
All right. So, your code's a good one. So I've respected you for your code.
Wait, I thought Farmy used. Oh, that was the old Farmy before the cars. Right, that was the cool Farmy.
Yes.
That was the code.
Aww.
Farmy
Now you're making me feel bad about going this route.
had a code back before he was Tarzan. Oh no, he had a code. What was your code again? We're all in this together. Oh, nice. So wait, so
Did he
Hector
break
is actually not aware of Farmy's curse. I like that. Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. Hector respects that.
Yeah.
Code. All right, he is not yet aware of Farmy.
That's an ulterior motive to my code. Just saying.
Very nice.
There's a more ulterior motive to it. It's still good. It's still a good moment code, but there's more to it.
Very nice.
And there isn't a load of them are like really sort of modern, so it's hard to, or like related to
Yeah, you
like
can,
right.
you can come up with a question if you feel like this character, you would know this character. If you you don't have to force a connection, but
Perhaps I have encountered Gamilla while investigating, because I am a Phalakatai, so I've probably helped out with any incidents at the farms. So perhaps I encountered you somewhere dealing with a problem.
Dealing with a problem.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Too many problems.
Would it be if my goats got eaten by wild animals. That would be me fuming.
Yeah, that could have helped solve goats being eaten by wild animals. Try and track down the wild animals and deal with the problem.
Yes, I would probably chewing your ears off and saying, I've had this before. This isn't the first time. You should probably check around that side of the mountain and make sure that you come back.
Oh my gosh. I mean, have you seen his ears?
No, because they're always hidden under a helmet. Uh,
All right. Okay. So like it was like it probably wasn't like a supernatural thing, right? It was
No.
probably like something like
No.
Probably just like a
hyena,
wolf or something, a
like
jackal.
yeah, like leopard or
Yeah.
hyenas probably. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Some by some regular wild animals. Cool. Very nice. All right. Anum, your turn. Tell us about your character, like your character's backstory, and then we'll figure out the histories.
Oh yeah, my backstory. Well, for my character, Annam, when he was young, like a very young age, he was an orphan. Well, not an orphan. He was with his younger brother in the slums. They were like abandoned by their parents. So for like 14 years, Annam has been living in the slums, like just going here, there, stealing some stuff just to survive. At one point, his younger brother, no, Annam himself was actually trying to steal something, some food for his younger brother, Sisters. But suddenly a guard managed to catch Annam. And at that point, when Annam was gonna get caught, Sisters was trying to help out and push the guard away. But suddenly a jackal came behind Sisters and suddenly like bit him, the younger brother. So Sisters died from the bite by the animal, the jackal. And in the end, the jackal fled, but Anna managed to kill the guard with his own sword
Wait, kill or
and tried to
slash?
get.
I thought it was just like a slash.
Oh yeah, it was a slash sword. Anna managed to slash the guard and run towards Sisters, which is already dead by then. So he was like really traumatized by the event while he was getting captured by the other guards. And he was captured and gone into slavery for 5 years until he was 19. At that point, he managed to run away from slavery and then uh, joined a group, a mysterious group, and how do you call it?
Followers of the
An
hidden
underground.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, followers of the hidden ones for 3 years, and then after 3 years, he ran away from the group to do his own stuff, which is to avenge his little brother.
Okay. Naupos mo na doon?
Cool.
So, in a summary, Annam is pretty much just here trying to avenge his little brother from what he thinks is like a murderous jackal.
All right. Fight. 5 years later, when he was 19, etc., etc., etc. Cool, cool, cool. So that. All right. This the followers also like were the one where you like learned all the combat experience and like the alchemy, right?
Yep, I learned uh, all of my fightings, all of my knowledge, alchemy-based science stuff from pretty much the hidden ones.
Nice, very nice. That is absolutely totally a reference to Ascreed or Origins because we clearly don't have enough references to that game. All right. All right. Okay. So yeah, choose your history questions from the list in the long playbook for the other characters for like each character. You don't have to choose all of them, and you like if none of them fit, then you can come up with your own. We already actually have established like your relation with Hector. That like a few days ago, Hector caught you trying to steal from an old lady for their alchemy stuff. for your alchemy stuff, but you didn't actually go through with it because before Hector like caught you and like, citizen, what are you doing, or something like that. I don't know. Stop right there, citizen. Oh God. And Hector let you off with a warning.
Yes, and I pretty much run away from that as quickly as possible. And considering I'm shorter than him, I'm pretty sure I run fairly quickly. Okay, so I guess the easiest would be with Maya. Wait, was it Maya the scholar?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then I guess I'll use the history for. I respect their hard-earned knowledge. I think that'd be the best one.
You've come to them for advice recently?
Yeah, it's in there. The wronged.
No, no. Have you come to them for advice recently?
I would say so. I just go like in front of the scholar building and just like ask them, "Do you know this material for alchemy stuff?"
But Maya, why don't you tell us about this random dude that just comes into the library every few weeks and just asks you, "Hey, will this ingredient work for this?" And like, how do you react?
I mean, she probably doesn't find it that strange. Like,
Oh no, Hector.
That's,
Sorry.
that's the only thing I could think of.
All right, drop
I mean, we
by.
could also, if we could also like, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure we
actually,
could also have like a backstory. I mean, you are a thief, right?
I'm a thief. No, I can say that every week I come in, and as I go out, I steal a book.
No.
Do
I'm
it.
gonna fucking murder you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think that'll be the story. It's like only after a few weeks then you notice.
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna have to murder you, and you're gonna have to play a new character.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably don't get on Maya's bad side. It's generally not well advised for your, existence.
It has an air elemental that can just suck out the air out of your lungs if she wants to. So
And she doesn't have to do anything except just say, Aristotle sick.
yeah, and no one's gonna know. He's just gonna drop dead. Weird how that happens.
You know? Yeah.
Then I guess the only thing I could do was like once in a while I come back with like a magic item to show you or something.
How much is this?
Oh no.
How much is what?
The magic item. You're asking a librarian to.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
my
want to know what it does, just how much it's worth.
Yeah, I'm the one that made it. I'm not gonna tell you.
Like, it's also fine, like, you don't know Maya. It's also fine if you, if you're having difficulty, like, coming up with the backstory. It's also fine. Like, you don't have to
I
choose
mean,
these questions for everyone. Just a few of them.
we could also maybe, since you are a thief, that maybe Maya hired you to steal something
Oh,
for
God.
her.
Maya, does your debauchery knows no bound?
No.
No, no, wait. What type of item did you ask me to steal?
Oh my gosh.
I have probably some book, some scroll with
Ah, that's
forbidden
easy.
knowledge or something. Just
I'm a thief. Like, that's easy for me.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Wow.
for Maya.
Wow. I am very excited to see how Hector's code is gonna hold up against this.
I mean,
What
like,
Hector doesn't know can't hurt him or anyone else.
Oh my god.
and Maya has stolen before. It's like totally consistent.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it was kind of by accident,
Yeah,
like
but
that one
that was
time.
like more as a because you were like an impudent angry child.
Yeah, and then she forgot about it.
At the moment, I can believe in my heart of hearts that those people were secretly evil until I know otherwise.
All right.
I
Right,
mean,
so
Maya is certainly very morally gray.
yeah, I like it. Maya occasionally hired Anum to steal some scrolls or whatnot. All right, that's not bad. That's
Yeah,
Eh,
Maya is morally gray. Mine's black as hell.
Nice.
And then here's me, Mr. Lawful
I
Good,
mean,
coming in
Camilla
here.
was trying to capture the shahs and sell to rich people. So I don't know, to make
And
tanks.
And
then
I guess Camila was like a helper or something. No.
Oh gosh. All right. So okay. That's an interesting history. I like it. It's a very evil history that I also like. What about the other characters?
For Camila, I'm not so sure. What can I just say? I stole from Camila and for me,
Are you
unless
stealing one of my goats?
God.
you keep calling me here to deal with these goats going missing.
Oh,
you can
I'm
I steal Camila's goat? Is that a
I mean, if you want to,
I mean, it's right. It's possible you can steal goats. Stealing goats was a profitable business back then. As a thief.
yeah, you might need it. Like, goats have those bezoar or something in their stomach that you needed for alchemy or something. You like, yeah, I'm gonna totally steal this goat and stab it and take out its entrails for my alchemy. That's just normal, right? I
That's
know.
also
um,
betrayal.
Meanwhile, Gamila come out of the house and see the goat lying on the floor, missing body parts, and said, "Not again! I told that. Why is it always my goat?"
Wait, oh my gosh. Adam is essentially the chupacabra of ancient Egypt.
Without the fangs, just a knife.
I mean, has anyone seen inside your mouth?
And it's
Yeah.
covered by a cloth, so I'm good.
All
It's not
right.
like I
So
haven't brushed
Adam,
my teeth for a long time.
Adam stabbed one of Camilla's goats.
Wait, what are you talking about? One.
Wait, how many goats did you do? Oh no! Oh no!
I have to pay for those goats, man.
Oh
I'm
god.
running a
Yeah, I
business
mean,
here.
it makes sense. It's possible you didn't find the bezoar or the bile stone or whatever in the first goat, so you may had to kill a few of them.
You're running a business. I'm poor.
Stabbed a
Hush.
few of.
Uh,
I mean, you have a business too. It's called stealing.
What wouldn't it be funny that the case that I forwarded to Callum is apparently him just killing my goats?
I just found like a random jackal in the wild, so I was like, this must have been the thing, but it's him.
Well, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
timestamp, the time doesn't
Oh,
work
okay.
out. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
Okay.
timing
time.
doesn't work out because
Yeah.
we know Hector wasn't in town for the past 5 years, and when Hector was in town 5 years ago, that's when Anum was already in servitude at the
Captivity.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it all has to be kind of recent. Like Anum has been in the town for 2 or 3 years for the moment. So yeah, they could be doing
Yeah.
these random stuff like stealing your goats and shit. But the Hector thing has to be further back when they were yeah,
Mm-hmm.
5 years
Okay.
ago. 5 years ago. 5 years. No, not years ago. 5 years ago. Um, So it's possible the Gamila's goat, the whole noodle incident of your goats getting mutilated that caused Gamela to go to Maya, is possible that that was just him. Oh no!
No,
Now,
it
like,
was
like
definitely something supernatural.
Janine, is that is that something you want? Oh no, wait, it has to be supernatural. Yeah, maybe okay,
Yeah, it has to
maybe
be
the
super.
wait, so maybe both of them were at the same time because the goats are getting mutilated and Anum just used this excuse because Gamila would be going around town, hey, my goats are getting mutilated, someone help, and Anum was like, so you're saying she thinks it's something mysteriously doing that? This sounds like my chance.
Yeah, I think I would
It's
have
so,
taken the chance.
Oh my god.
so it's supposed to be 3 mutilated ghosts, but you made it 8.
It was during the time our goats were getting mutilated by something paranormal. Oh gosh. And Anum used this as an opportunity. This opportunity. Oh god, why? Alright. Okay. Do you have any history with Farmi? It's fine if you don't, because we've already
Oh
established
no.
a lot.
For me, is it possible for you to like try to stop me for one of the goats, or like
No,
stop me
because
from
I will be
trying?
very far away from. I mean, I guess
Oh,
I do live close to Gamilla, so I would probably just see you still just a random person just traversing across the plains, but I won't really know what you're doing.
oh, okay. Maybe maybe it's like for me saw me with bloody clothes, like running away from Camilla's
It's
place.
fine, like if you don't like have a relation, it's also fine. You don't have to establish it because,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like yeah,
yeah, like
Oh,
already
okay then.
you
because
got
then we have to establish like a relationship beforehand before everything happens,
yeah,
and then that's just gonna be a mystery by itself.
yeah, like yeah.
Okay.
So like I think like we have some like interesting things. Like I'll just go over all the histories we have so far. So we know Gamila is good friends with Farmi and knew him before he was cursed. Hector also knew him before he was cursed. Yeah. Farmi, yeah, Farmi hopes Maya can help him control his newfound powers, but he did it himself, so that's wonderful. uh, Maya helped Gamila deal with the situation of her goats getting mysteriously mutilated. Some of them weren't so mysteriously mutilated now that we found out, but some of them definitely were. So there was a paranormal source, but not all of them. Alright. Maya saw Farmi use telekinesis and is curious to learn more about his power. Yeah. Hector caught very recently. Hector caught Anum trying to steal from an old lady for his alchemy stuff, but since he didn't actually steal anything, Hector let him off with a warning. Anum awkwardly said yes and then fled the scene. Hector was looking into information regarding the supernatural to solve his father's death, and Maya helped with the information. Okay, let me write down the time. This was 5 years ago. Cool. Um, Today, this was today. Sorry, yesterday. Let's call it yesterday. The Hector catching Anum. All right. Um, 5 years ago, Hector found out that Farmi had a code before he was cursed. We're all in this together. Hector respects that code. He is not yet aware of Farmi's curse. 5 years ago, Hector helped out Camilla when one of her goats was eaten by some regular wild animals. Some. Recently, Maya occasionally hired Anum to steal some scrolls or whatnot. Some months ago, Anum stabbed a few of Camilla's goats to find a bezoar for his alchemy. It was during the time her goats were getting mutilated by something paranormal, and Anum used this opportunity. Wonderful. Cool. So that is a very cool history for everyone. So let us begin. Let us begin with the mystery proper. Let me scroll down to the thingy. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this was yesterday. Yesterday the team arrived from Giza back to the city. Gamila dropped off the letter at Ramesu's place. Everyone went their own way. Yesterday, Hector arrived in town. Let's see, yeah, and wait, I need to let this know. This is happening today. This happened yesterday. Hector arrives in town at the docks and immediately catches catches Anum trying to rob an old lady. What? A pickpocket. Pickpocket an old lady. All right. Oh, cool. All right. Okay. Uh, so this is today. This is today. I don't know how you all did anything in the time in between, but we're gonna go over one by one. So all right. Uh, for me, in the morning, as you kind of set up the as you're kind of like returning to your old job. Oh, by the way, yes, two of you have harm from previous mystery. You should remove that because yes. Very nice.
Moving T harm.
All right. As you're like, you know, setting up, and you've been away for a few days, so you're kind of looking through the register of what you missed at the armory. Euclid, the dude is that it's now that was in charge of the east part of town, but now is in charge of the dock area. The Philakitai approaches you.
Hmm.
Good morning. I heard everything at Giza went well.
Morning. Yes. Yes,
Yes.
it did.
Yeah.
We
Well,
had to leave one of our members behind though. He had a better job to do over there.
Wait, what? Sorry, I missed that.
He had to leave one of our members behind though. He had an obligation
Oh, what? Which one?
in there.
make sure that the giant monster in
Oh,
that statue doesn't.
you're not here. It's just like Parmi. It's like in the
Oh,
morning. Yeah, sorry.
sorry.
Sorry, this is
Sorry.
not the lunchtime session. Sorry. It's the same as
Okay.
Parmi. Yeah. All right. All right. Which one? Yeah, he asks.
Ramesu, the crypt keeper.
Wait, Ramesu was left behind.
He has a permanent residence over there now.
Huh. That's 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 weird. Oh, anyway, what I wanted to tell you, I found out from some of my contacts about Polynices' ship. It seems like their most likely destination was the city of Tyre.
Hold on, what's the mystery of Polynice's ship? I forget.
Polynices is the guy that hired the grave robbers to steal from the old crypt that resulted in Ramesu getting cursed in the first place.
Okay. I don't remember asking this though, sorry. I don't remember asking this.
You oh,
But
oh,
I'll
okay, it
just roll
was
with it.
like
I'll roll with it.
yeah, Maya and Ramesu was kind of taking the lead on this investigation. You were like in part of the team, but like they went to the wait, no, you weren't there, right? I forgot.
No.
I think I took a
Noah.
backseat to it. I think I took a back to it.
Oh no, I think like in character you were probably, yeah, you were busy. Oh, I think this was the interlude session when you couldn't make it, so we had like a yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, okay,
okay.
okay, okay. So you weren't there. So yeah, your confusion could be real. Do it. Ask him that if like they hadn't informed you of this.
I was not informed of this.
Oh,
What is this for?
like you weren't with your team. Oh, I thought you talked about this. Um, apparently Polynices was involved in a robbery, some grave robbery, and smuggling of grave goods, we suspect. And so your friends Ramesu and Maya and Camilla was here asking me questions a few days ago. I said I'll look into it. Oh.
Hmm, interesting.
Hmm. I'm surprised
I'll
they
relay this to them.
I'm surprised they didn't tell you. I'm sorry if like this. I'm sorry if I'm causing any sort of, if that causes any sort of fracture
No,
between
that's
the team.
fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. I apologize. I honestly thought you knew. Uh, yeah. Uh, I'm gonna let you get back to your work. Yeah, I have to look into something. Uh, yeah. he's realizes he made things awkward, so he's kind of like, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Fermin just shrugs and goes back to his mess.
Nucleus realizes he made things awkward. Awkward and leaves.
Sure. For me, just have a runner send the information to Maya.
Nice. Alright, yeah, sure. Like, totally send a runner. You can also, like, tell them in person at, like, the lunch session if you want to.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, cool. Moving on. Hector, what are you doing today? I'm guessing since you arrived, you kind of set up your domicile yesterday. So what are you doing today?
So I'm probably going to check in with the Phylaceti to sort of set up and check if there's anything that needs to be done.
Nice, cool. So back when you were part of the Phylaceti, you knew Alpheus. So were you like old friends? Were you like, tell me about your relationship with Alpheus. Alpheus used to be the Phylaceti of the northern part of town where Euclid is currently. Alpheus recently got a promotion and is now the liaison between the military and the Phylaceti, and is the one who gives like the unofficial missions to the team.
So since he's connected to the military and things like that, I probably knew him more like through my father's side of things, because he was the sort of the soldier who was taken on to train the Phylaceti. So
Totally.
Is he how old is he? Like,
He's
is he
like
old?
about your age. I don't think.
About my age.
Yeah, about like mid-30s. Yeah.
So I've probably trained with him a bit. I've probably like run some drills and things like that. But I probably only know him sort of in passing. I probably like because I've apparently done stuff on the farms and things like that. So that was probably more my way rather than the northern portions. So I was probably more on the outskirts of town, so probably didn't deal with him in the sort of actual job side of things. But I've probably seen him on the sparring grounds. I've probably trained with him a bit.
Alright, cool. Very nice. Alright. So yeah, you arrive at the thing. Like, are you surprised to see him on this spot? Because this is kind of a soon promotion, like kind of a quick promotion.
Yeah, I'm probably like impressed and sort of I nod my head in deference a bit, so just a bit of respect because he's clearly made something of himself.
Yeah, he doesn't seem very happy because there's like a pile of scroll in front of it, and he's just like holding his head with one hand and just like rapidly trying to write on them, draw on them. All the hieroglyphs and stuff. It's like, yeah, he hasn't even seen you. He's just like busy in the actual papyrus work.
Alpheus, I'm here.
Wait, don't I know you?
It was a long time ago. Yes, it's good to hear.
I'm son of Glaucus, right?
Yes, my father.
Yes.
Well,
well,
I'll be back.
Oh, welcome back.
No, I'm gonna go. Just have dinner.
Oh, okay. Yes. No problem. We'll go through everyone else, and yeah, no problem. Go eat.
All right.
You went back to Rhodes, right, when Glaucus died?
Yes, he had to be properly buried, and then things came up that couldn't be resolved with these. But I have returned now, ready to take on anything the job requires.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Well, as you can see, my hands are full. I'll have to make a space on the roster for you if you are trying to get back into your old post. You'll probably have to go through channels.
About that, has anything strange come up lately?
Strange as in what kind?
I mean, the things I've been doing in Rhodes and the things that happened with before my father's untimely death were a bit beyond the kind of normal work, and I think I found a calling in dealing with problems that aren't the usual sort. I don't know if I can quite go back to catching thieves on the street after what I've
Oh,
seen.
word finally made it across the Aegean. I see.
Yes,
Okay.
part of the reason I'm back.
Yeah.
If
Well,
not, I can always go back to the farms and try and deal with what's
actually,
going on. But
that's actually a good idea. We have an unofficial team kind of dealing with this, but it would be good if one of us was officially associated with them uh, as a sort of.
wait, you have a group of civilians doing.
Well, they're definitely not civilians, but yes, some of them are. But they are quite capable of handling themselves in very recent situations that's happened repeatedly. So I think they're more than capable.
Well, if they've proven themselves, I'm willing to trust them. But yes, I think having Flacti presence is important.
It
We're
is
supposed to be.
important. It is important. Hold on, I will get the roster out. Then that's actually good. We currently don't have anyone assigned to them because nobody. Well, you know, nobody really wants when people see just a smoke materialize out of nowhere, surround a person, then burn them to a crisp. Very few actually are willing to deal with that sort of thing on a daily basis.
No, I relish the chance to help deal with problems like that. No, sign me up. Where will I meet these people?
Yeah, they usually, from what I can tell, they usually have a sort of lunch meet of their own near the restaurant, uh, near the near the Library of Alexandria. Hold on. Let me do that. Let me do that. That. Quickly gets out a small tablet and starts like writing things on it. And like, okay, there we go. This is your connection with them. That will give you. That's the official seal. They changed the little seal after, after Fiscon and Cleo to kind of cause the ceasefire. So we kind of have a new seal now. That's great. Here's that, and yeah, their names are. We have Maya of Alexandria, a scholar. We have Farmi of Alexandria, a manager at the insert name of Armory. We have Ramesu, a crypt keeper from old the western crypts outside of town, and we have Gamila, a goat herder.
Has at least the armory owner had military training?
Yes.
Please tell me one of them has.
Yes. The Farmi has had.
I was
some
worried there that you
Farmi
had
has
just
had.
sent off civilians
Farmi
to deal with.
has military training but not for too long. But Farmi has military training.
I was worried that you'd sent off a bunch of untrained civilians to deal with things that. I mean, well done to them for dealing with it.
when you see Ramesu, well, you're going to realize that they're definitely not untrained civilians. Poor guy doesn't know that Ramesu retired and is no longer have a car.
My guy's just like, wait a minute, we're the guards here, and you're descending civilians to.
Well, they're Maya is incredibly knowledgeable of these things, being a scholar. So she usually takes point, and like I said, Ramesu is their heavy hitter.
Yeah.
No, not Farmi. Well, Farmi is good, but I think Ramesu is their heavy hitter, and you'll see why. Trust me, you will see why. He's something else.
I will be sure to tell them that you praise them so highly.
So
Yes,
Yeah,
it'll be good to.
go meet with them. Let them know that you'll be kind of working with them instead. So I usually, when I give them their assignments, I have to like go send someone or go visit them myself. It'll be good if you have like then I can give you the assignment officially, and then you can actually give a report on these situations on how they did.
Yes. Well, I'll be off now then, just to make sure I don't miss them.
Good to have you back. I hope everything's okay with the rest of your family and back home.
Yes, I left my mother on road, so hopefully she's fine. And well,
Cool. Elpios assigns Hector as the overseer of the team. Oh gosh. All right. Okay.
I like how that's just decided without any of us being present.
Yeah, it's so,
Well, it
it's
doesn't.
so
It's
silent.
a surprise.
The team doesn't have a name. Yeah, no, the team doesn't have a name, but it doesn't need your like approval. Like you guys are unofficial, so this is just an official assignment to make sure that you guys are not doing anything dumb. You don't have to agree to it, but like this is kind of what happens.
Well,
All right, okay. Let's go to the lunch meet, I guess. All right. I think as like Hector is leaving, we see like one of the younger like the like one of the younger Philokatais kind of like run in with some like a scroll to report to Alpheus, and Alpheus says like, well, what did you find? That's not good. We should alert the town guard. I think like as you're kind of walking away, you still hear that we should alert the town guards, make them like be on the watch for any wild animals that got inside.
okay, I'm gonna sort of nod my head at that, but I'm gonna keep going just because, like,
Totally.
if they have something, they'll come and get me. But I need now to keep alert for anything going on.
Nice. Those talks with young guy about warning the town guard to be on alert if a wild animal got inside. Cool. All right, very nice. Lunch meet time. Woo! Let's go. All of you
I guess-
except Anam is here. Oh, don't worry. I have a way to bring Anam in. No, don't you worry about it.
okay.
Or you should worry about it because, like, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I was
As
already kind of
ever.
worried considering I'm the thief.
Yes. All right.
And there's a town sheriff here.
All right. So I guess the three of you are eating. Gamila, Maya, and Parmi. Hey, Flux, are you back? Nope. All right. Cool. It's fine. Like, it's fine.
He's skipping lunch, don't worry.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit late. You know what? Yeah, he's probably a little bit late for work. We can actually work that in. All right, cool. So it's
Typically farming.
Gamila and Maya just eating, kind of waiting. I guess I don't know. Alpheus
Yeah.
arrives.
Hector, you mean? Alpheus is often.
For context, you see a scholar-looking person and a teenager sitting there. Well, she's not a teenager,
Wait,
but she
what is
looks
she,
like a 13 years
21 or
old.
something?
Yeah, but I look like a teenager. My character looks like a teenager.
Your
I think
character looks tiny.
Yeah.
You'd probably approach like whoever's like at whatever sort of bar or sort of where you'd get like sort of told where to sit and things like that. And I'd probably start asking them if they knew the people who I was meant to meet.
Yep.
He probably like walk past you because he doesn't actually know who he's meant to meet here. He's just like
Yeah,
And then he
you
goes up
asked
to
at
like,
the shopkeep, the innkeep for like the Maya and Gamela. They immediately, like, without like even half hearing the word Maya, they immediately point at Maya. Just
them.
quietly.
Oh, okay. And he turns and walks over to the table.
Wait, didn't you just didn't you create a history with Maya before? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you probably forgot. It was 5 years ago. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I don't think
I don't know.
I don't think they'd necessarily recognize each
Yeah,
other. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it was
no,
just
I
like
agree.
one
agree.
meeting 5 to 6 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So yeah, I go over to the table and go, are you Maya and Gamilla? And there was a third one I meant to meet. Fermi, was it?
Oh, I think Firm is gonna be late.
He's always late.
Yeah.
There was also supposed to be a fourth one in your
Oh yes, there
information.
was. Oh yes, sorry. And Ramesu, where's he? He was told. I was told
He's
he's like the.
No, he's not here anymore. He moved.
Wait, you see Hector sort of stop and sigh, and go, God.
And who are you?
Hector of Rhodes of the Phylactery. It's a pleasure to meet you. Wait a minute, I recognize you both. You helped me out once. I remember.
Did I?
It was at the library. I had some information. Thank you for that. It was very important that it got
You're
solved.
welcome, I guess.
And you're the one whose goats keep going missing.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty famous for that. I don't know why though. Is it because our goats are really good
Yes.
or something?
Might be. It's best to think on the positive. That your goats might be very good.
Yeah,
Mind if I take a seat?
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
He sort of takes a seat at the table. So I was told that you deal with the strange in this town. Alfia sent me. See, I found, when I heard about your group, I found it strange that you didn't have any Phylactery support within your group.
I mean, they've mostly been pretty useless, so.
Yep. Or well, no, Maya. There is just people doesn't really believe in these cases, and we're only been active for a couple of months.
Well, I can assure you, I believe, and I've seen it firsthand what these things can do. So, are you willing to accept some support from this humble soldier?
I mean, we are one member down, so.
Yes.
Probably couldn't hurt.
Yeah, and you said you're a Phylactery. Does that mean we are official now?
In a sense, I will be reporting to the Phylactery on what you do. So,
Oh, good.
you will have at least that support. And as a Phylactery myself, I can make sure you have the resources you need.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's actually good. I think like since we are kind of setting you up for like a bit of a somewhat of a professional playbook thing, I think I'll give you the deal with the agency move with the slight changes. I'll work on that mid session and give you like set that up. All right, cool. Remind me that I plan to do that.
Okay.
Oh no.
yeah, because they promised us with the payment for our, I guess, medical issues, since we deal with this stuff, and hopefully dental also. Like, yeah, was I'm aiming for that dental.
Oh gosh. And dentures are like
Oh,
super old. I'm pretty sure the Egyptians came up with that too. I'm
Yeah.
completely
I'm
sure.
pretty sure
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Egyptians invented toothpaste. Is the thing.
When they invented medication, they prioritized the basic needs.
Oh
So dental is definitely one of them.
god damn you guys. God damn you guys.
I
Dentures.
bet the library has good dental.
Yep.
Wait, what about a thief? Does he have good dental?
I deal with goats. We're not that high of stature.
Oh god.
Uh, so I've just done a quick Google, and yes, they invented toothpaste, and it was actually peppermint
knew it.
toothpaste as well.
I
Uh,
called it.
They had pepper and mint in it, and dried iris flowers and rock salt apparently with water. Apparently
like,
worked.
like probably the only thing the Egyptians didn't invent was gunpowder. Good job, guys.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
All right, so goddamn, good job, Egyptians, on inventing literally everything except gunpowder and tea and coffee, I guess, and
Wait,
cocoa.
was it? Didn't Egyptians have tea? They use like leaves or
Oh
something.
God, they had tea too. Oh God. Okay, I don't know. But I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, like you could tell me they had like actual working transistors, and I would probably believe you.
Yep, Egypt is a
Yeah,
tea country.
Yep.
they have batteries, but
Yeah.
Do you
they're
not,
huge.
do you not remember the ancient pharaohs' floating battle pyramids?
Yeah. There we go. The
I mean,
pyramids
the
are
pyramids
obviously
were
floating.
built by aliens, so
Yeah, they were definitely created using alien anti-gravity device. No way they used slave labor for all of that, right? Right?
no,
Right?
it's all aliens.
All aliens, definitely. Oh gosh. Right.
And don't forget that Egyptians also had a lot of mechanical stuff as well, so it wouldn't be surprising.
All right. Cool. Uh. All right. You know what? I'm going to do something super silly and dumb. Anam, why are you right now going to meet Maya?
Wait, why am I meeting Maya?
Yes, right now during lunch. Why?
Uh, oh, this is a bit. Okay, I sneak up behind Maya and I try to give her a scroll that she asked to steal.
Oh gosh.
Do do
And then
we
I
recognize this? Do we
I
see this
I, I, I,
happening?
I like immediately lock eyes with you, seeing you again. I'm like,
no, before anything, I would whisper to Maya, if you need anything else, just ask me.
Wait, so you just sneak up behind her, put something in her pocket,
Okay,
and then whisper into her ear?
Anam casually stalks behind Maya and hands a scroll, like pokes a scroll in your back. Immediately, you like instinctively reach
Yeah.
behind and grab the scroll.
Do I
Um,
know that he's coming?
you probably know that he's coming. Let's say,
Okay, good, because if I didn't, he'd get the elbow to the gut.
Yeah.
okay.
so given I'd be sat opposite, I would probably see you now and go, wait a minute,
Alright,
I
so
recognize you from yesterday.
okay, so why don't Maya you tell me what is this scroll that he is handing me? What is in it?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
It's probably
Okay.
some.
Let's not worry
I
about
mean,
like
I'm thinking
why
that
are you
maybe
having it stolen?
Maya,
Like where was it that you were having it stolen?
she probably heard that some, let's say, some rich person had a weird mystical scroll. She doesn't actually know what's in the scroll. She just heard that it's some really good shit. So,
Yes, I'm giving her the good shit. Don't worry.
yeah.
I'm the old version of a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Instead of drugs, it's scrolls.
Scrolls are Maya's
Mm.
drugs, to be fair.
Yeah.
You get high on scrolls.
You do
I
you
mean,
sniff them
No,
like
she
you
just
do when
reads. She
after
just
you
reads them.
Xerox
She
things?
just reads them and gets high. It's like a magical high. Don't question it. All right. Just from a rumor she heard that some important scroll that someone had.
Actually, funny enough, peppers did have a smell. Sometimes they use it as a concoction
Well,
for
yeah, I
medicine.
mean, like regular paper has like really good
Yeah.
smell sometimes. So I mean, pepper
I
smell,
like
I
smelling
imagine.
books.
It's really good, man. Like if you go to like a new bookstore, like full of just like new books, it's good. It is
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
good. Yeah.
Continuing on. Continuing on.
Okay, let's discuss
Let's
going.
continue talking about our book kinks.
I recognize you from yesterday. Hope you haven't done anything illegal since then.
I
I,
recognize you, citizen. Oh God.
I glanced at Hector and I'm just like look straight forward and then just slowly walk away. And I'm just gonna whisper to myself, I did not do anything, I did not do anything while I walked
Wait,
away.
Sit, join us.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then starts walking away. Oh, and Alfio asked him to join. Okay, God. Damn it.
And then I just look back and like, wait, join what?
A conversation. You look like you're hungry.
Yeah, and you look like the Phylactery, so not really someone I want to talk with.
You only wouldn't wish to talk to me if you had something to hide.
And then I just straight away sit down.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, where am I sitting down by the way? Oh, I'm sitting down beside Maya. Is it?
There's empty chairs. You can like sit down. No problem. Empty stools or whatever.
Okay, I'll just like sit down to the in front, but to the right of like Hector or something.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like
Not
you.
directly in front of him.
Okay, cool. It sits down to the side of Hector, not directly in front. Okay, good. Good. Oh. I mean I imagine there's like I'm imagining there's like a table and you're all like surrounding it on like a stool on either side, but like it could be like any other setup. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh
As long as it's not in front of Hector, I'm fine with that.
all right. For me, are you Flux, are you back? Yay, nay, maybe? Nope, he did. All right.
Oh, okay.
Flux
He's not dead. He's just gone.
Flux continues being dead. All right. We will wait. We will talk after he we will talk with him after he rejuvenates, regenerates.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So yeah. Talk. I guess I don't know.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'd probably
Right.
offer to get Annam because obviously in Hector's mind he saw him like considering stealing and hasn't caught that he is like a thief. So he's sort of thinking, well, the things that sort of drive people to stealing are like hunger and things like that. So if I get him some good food and like start like befriending him, maybe he's not going to. No, I didn't. That's the point. I was saying, I think we said you were like trespassing or something, wasn't you? And I was like, wait a minute, I clocked you, and then was like, but you haven't actually stolen anything, so you can go.
Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
not really.
I think that makes sense. Like,
Yeah. No. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you want to offer Anam food that maybe if he's you know you steal stuff when you're hungry, so you're not yourself when you're hungry.
I basically think maybe if I treat this guy right, he will turn to the path of the law and not to the path of the criminal. And I have no idea.
I love this. Oh, that treating him right will turn him to the path of the law. I love it.
I'm just gonna be like sitting there and I'm like, oh god, and I'm thinking to myself, oh god, is he gonna give me free food again? I'm just I'm just gonna start talking on the table. Okay, instead of focusing on me, what are you guys doing now? Like, what's this table about? I don't want the focus to be on me. I prefer it on you guys first.
We were just discussing some business that I'm going to help them with.
Adam's ears like perked up. Wait, what business?
I'd prefer not to bring more civilians into it than are already involved. But I mean, this is technically your. He sort of looks to Maya and Gamila. This is something you've set up, so I'm not going to try and take control here. If you wish to bring in this fellow, we can discuss it, or we can just have some food and wait until he leaves to continue our conversation.
So you're like deferring the conversation, like the responsibility to spill to Maya.
To Maya and Gamila.
Oh,
I don't know
nice.
who's. I don't know who's in charge, so I'm basically going. This is your thing, so
I just keep
I
hearing
will
it. So
let you.
I keep listening.
Maya, who is this guy? I point at Anam.
He's an acquaintance.
Keep shaking my head. I just keep shaking my head. No, don't tell her.
We've met once or twice.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Gamila.
Oh, hi there, Camilla. I'm Adam. Are you the one that's been with the goats and stuff? The story
Yes.
thing?
Yeah. Well, which story have you heard of me? Is it the story about my goats always dying, or the story about this that I work for this group, the one with the mystery solving troop?
Huh. The goat's dying, yes. Oh no, it's this group. It's about this group. Yes, it's this group. Nothing about goats.
Dying, then verbally backpedaled. I love it. That no, it's about solving mysteries. Yes. Oh gosh. Oh
So
man.
I heard
Flux
you
is
guys were
missing
like,
so much. I'm like so sad that Flux is missing all this. This is primo material.
You can always watch the videos.
oh God, no, not again, not
Oh,
again, Callum. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask Camila, like, yeah, your mystery group or something, was it?
Uh, the mystery solving group. We don't really have an official name. I think they call us Strangers of Alexandria. If that's what it is, I can't remember.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you had a cool name. Wait, I need to look that up. What was that? What happened? Strangers? No.
Strangers from Alexandria. Stranger Dangers. Weirdos from Alexandria.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, let's call ourselves Stranger Danger. That's good.
Hold on.
I don't think Stranger Danger would be a good name. This coming from
What? No, it's great.
It's great. What are you talking
As a
about?
member of the Flacketai, I would suggest that Stranger Danger gives the wrong perceptions.
Awesome. I haven't written it down. Gosh dang it. Okay, you can come up with whatever you want because I didn't write it down.
Stranger Danger.
Oh
Wait. I think I wrote somewhere.
no. Oh, cool.
well, considering that Maya is my primary source of income, I'm gonna support her.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I don't think Incorporated was already made during Egyptian
We
Egyptian.
can invent it.
Egypt's invented everything else, so
Yeah,
might as well.
I mean,
already
yeah,
invented Parkour and Yelp.
you guys invented everything else, so like might as well invent but I don't know the Mystery
Scooby Doo
Finders
with
Club.
us.
The old, I have a couple. The fairly odd marshals, the anomaly concierge,
See, we can't be Mystery Incorporated because you just got rid of the talking dog.
and then there's
Oh
fearsome
yeah,
foursome
you finally
Wait,
got
probably.
you
no.
finally got 5 people and you just got rid of the talking doggo.
I mean, we still have Cloud Doggo.
Oh yeah, that's true, but they don't talk,
But
so it's
He
and
can't
nobody can
talk.
see them. But having
although at a
Cloud Doggo
certain
is
price,
really easy on the budget because nobody can see them.
Yeah, right.
Really easy on the GFX. Anyway,
but actually, just one thing: we all agree that fearsome foursome is not gonna be a thing, considering there's 5 of us.
yes. How about fearsome
No,
fivesome?
that's the joke. it's. I, have any of you watched Critical Role?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
When they called themselves the Mighty Nine,
Nice.
even though they were like 7.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That was the whole joke.
I forgot which episode
The
it was.
foursome.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Uh,
Oh
Yeah.
God,
oh, well,
no, Ani.
we could you call ourselves fearsome foursome because technically one of us is useless.
Oh gosh.
Aww.
Wait, who are you talking about?
It's
My
clear.
character.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right. All right. Okay. Anam. As they start like talking about like that they do like strange mysteries and whatnot. You've actually heard about like some rumors through the town this morning. Uh, right. So like recently you have heard rumors about like a jackal man like going around town for the past few weeks. Casually, and you've heard rumors that it's one of the crypt keepers in the west side of town. But you've never like you don't like really know much about them, but you've heard that that yes.
as long as it's a jackal,
Yeah.
I'll hear about it.
Yeah, you did hear about it, but you kind of yeah, like it's a jackal man, like it's that's the humanoid jackals are not really like your prey kind of thing. It's more like a yeah, and like they claim to be some avatar of Anubis or something that people say, so you kind of definitely don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I understand. Okay, so I'll try to relate this to the table then. Okay, guys. So talking about the whatever group you guys are right now, that reminds me of a rumor that I heard.
Oh, what rumor?
It has something to do about a jackal guy thing on the west side of town.
Oh, oh yeah. He was part of our group. Was.
Wait, you had a jackal man as part of your group?
Yeah,
Not
that was
anymore.
yes. But that was Ramesu.
Was
I
was that
can see now
guy
why
had
Alpheus saw him as the heaviest of the hitters. A jackal man. Haven't seen one of those.
then I tried to talk with Maya and asked like, does this jackal man guy thing, does it look like a jackal or is he like a walking jackal thing? Just asking.
No, he can turn into a jackal, so.
Oh, and then I just look away and like, God damn it. Okay. Wait, what's the equivalent for God damn it in
I mean, you
ancient
can
Egypt?
say you can say it. I think you can like Google like ancient swears from like Astrid origins. I mean, there are pretty interesting swears in there. I just keep forgetting them because like they're not usually a thing I speak. Like that language. So
There's a Greek
oh
one.
yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, there's a thing called Naked Yadet, which is son of a bitch. That's what I remember. That's the only thing I remember, because like a lot of people are shouting at each other in the game, and it's super hilarious. Oh, God.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say like, forget about it then. I thought there was something that I could go on for my quest right now.
Okay. So
Wait, so is he a man who was turned into a jackal, or was he a jackal that turned into a man, or is he somewhere in between? Is he
He was
always jackal, or
no, he was a man who could turn into one.
okay?
Wait,
And
let
it
me
was
ask
a
her. Let
relatively
me ask:
recent thing.
is all of his body parts turned into a jackal, or just some parts of his body turns into a jackal?
Or he could turn completely into a jackal.
You know, I feel this conversation has been derailed by the man who was a jackal.
It was
Well, yeah.
really fascinating.
Yeah, it could turn to a full jackal, and jackal who can stand in two legs. It's weird.
It was amazing, honestly. Really wish I could have had more time to study it, but
I wish I could take its visor. Like talking to myself. Okay, so what's your adventure next then? Considering you guys are supposed to solve mysteries and stuff, right?
hey, no. I question. So you said like more time to study it. Would like Hector or Anam, any of you ask like what happened or something?
Oh, I think that would be Hector, right?
No, you don't
I
have to.
mean,
I'm just curious, like if any of you would.
sort of passing statement, because apparently this guy's gone off and he
Whoops.
doesn't. He doesn't. Apparently, this guy's left their team for some reason, so he just assumes it's probably because he's gone off wherever.
Hmm.
He doesn't
Oh
actually really know why.
no. Yeah, I would ask. Did this jackal guy had anything to do with the god of Anubis?
Uh,
kind of.
Technically,
It
we're
was a
kind of
bit complicated.
confused.
I mean, he was a funerary worker, wasn't he? So I mean,
Yes, and he accidentally got cursed. So that's why he turned
working.
into a jackal.
Okay, so he did not have any friends or like little jackals that were glowing or anything around him. Was there?
Oh, are you asking us if he has sons or daughters that could turn into a jackal? I would gladly know if that happened.
We've discussed that before.
Yeah.
If potential children of his would also turn into jackals. Unfortunately,
Never
we're never going to get an answer for that.
Do you
I
have
feel like
any
my
idea?
question was
You said it was a curse. Do you have any idea what caused said curse? Because
Oh yeah, we know.
I mean,
That was easy.
is it resolved?
Kind of.
It's
The
supposedly
curse was lifted, but
by
not.
accident.
Yeah. We know how we could have lifted the curse using basically the way it was triggered in the first way, but we didn't do that. We lifted it a different way.
I'm
So
just curious. Are we going to have a epidemic of jackal people walking around? And
well, I mean,
it doesn't seem like until the because apparently one person has already been cursed. I just want to make sure that other people aren't
well,
also.
unless people start going around robbing the graves of this one specific guy, then I think we're good.
Decide the thing that I guess the thing that got stolen, who made who made the curse work, is essentially not here anymore.
Yeah, we don't know where that is.
Yeah, it was stolen.
Yeah, the card source got stolen. Yeah.
That sounds like something that probably shouldn't be
That sounds
Out
like
there.
something that can be
wandering.
Well,
stolen.
we're still working on it.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, so Maya, when like Maya says it's been resolved, but like it's been lifted, like the curse has been lifted accidentally recently. Like, do you say like like a few days ago or something?
I mean, did something weird happen a few days ago? Because I don't really know if anything's happened a few days
No.
ago.
Like I'm asking Maya, like, did she like say like a few days ago the curse has been lifted like accidentally, like because you said something like that. So I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
sure.
Adam, you are actually aware that there are witnesses in town that saw a jackal man roaming around town last night.
Wait, did
What
oh
Maya's
sorry,
just
I'm talking.
said contradicts what you have been heard from the rumors.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, wait, did you just say a few days ago?
Yeah.
No, that's not possible because the rumors I heard, the villagers pretty much saw a jackal man last night at the west side.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, considering I have a lot of information as a look towards Hector, as a person in this village, in this town.
I have a lot of information as a person in this town, as a normal citizen.
Normal citizen with information. Yup. Oh.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
I think that this is also the time when Farmy, who's been running late because like was catching up with all the jobs, like all the paperwork, papyrus work at his armory, has finally super hungry, runs in and like finds two new people at the table instead of your seat. Like they're like you need to get another stool, which is fine, but your seat is taken by two new people.
Hello.
Greetings.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
I look back and like, well, hi.
Hello there. I sort of offer my hand and go, I'm going to be working with you all from now on. The name's Hector.
Pleasure to meet your be acquaintance.
He's a Philakatai.
Oh,
Flacta, yes.
Yeah.
And then
Apparently, he's gonna be our connection to the Galactite, so we're official in a sense.
hmm.
and then I
Interesting.
look and then I look at Fermi, and I'm Anam. Looks back at Hector. Remind myself. Looks back at Fermi. A normal civilian here.
As a normal
Yes,
civilian, I think
and you're with very normal civilians at this very table.
Yes.
Well, from the
Well,
stories
I
I
raise
heard,
an eyebrow at that.
I don't know why he keeps saying that he's normal civilian, but okay.
Because he's a normal civilian.
it seems like a very strange statement to make.
Yes.
Is it? I don't think it is.
crying. Help me.
Bruh.
He's just a normal civilian who's never done anything.
and may I ask,
Whatsoever.
I'm crying.
don't worry about the information. So, would you like to take a stool and like sit down here?
Sure. And he's just and he confirm he's just in like resignation because you're sitting in his seat.
Takes another. Farmy goes and finds another stool for himself and drags it over and sits down, sighing inwardly. That was my favorite seat too. It had that perfect notch in the shape of my butt or something. I don't know. All right. Okay. So yeah. Like resume conversation. Farmy, you have stuff to tell. You could wait late until later or tell them right now. I don't know. It's up to you.
Hmm. Sorry, what did you say?
I said like
Oh.
Farmi has some information to tell to the gang.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
You could tell that right now, or you could wait until later, or you could just resume conversation of what you were talking about.
Is there an ongoing conversation right now?
Yes, there was.
Aside for me, it's like just waiting to see if there's like if we can put in this information.
Well, you were saying about another jackal person roaming around?
Oh, yeah.
Another jackal. Thought we already resolved this issue.
It's I'm not sure if it's an issue, but a lot of the Alexandrians told me that there's like a jackal man or guy last night roaming around the west side of the city.
This very city.
Yes, this very city, but apparently it's on the west side.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like on the west side. It was like let me check. Yeah, it was on the west side. Never mind. It was on the west side. Congratulations. You chose the exact cardinal direction I was going to say.
And Annie, where do we live?
You're currently like here because like this is the
North side.
library. So you're like nearby, like on some
No, I'm
side.
not. Where does Fermi and Camilla live?
Oh. Farmi is like probably around like here-ish. I always assumed Farmi's shop was like around like next to the bridge somewhere, like right here. Gamila is to the south near the fields, these fields.
Like, I know like Fermi just lives somewhere remote.
I'm crying.
Hold on, it's anime. Okay then.
I'm crying.
Anime is probably a mummy or something. I don't know.
And Anam is
I
a
know.
thief. God damn it.
Hector is like the police, and I do not want him to know.
And like you look like Farmi looks like a military trained guy, and Hector obviously is incredibly buff and ripped and has already almost caught Anam. So Anam doesn't want to get caught by either of these two. So they're like, I'm a normal citizen.
Yeah, and Maya is fully supportive of that because she doesn't need people to know that she's been hiring a thief to steal from her.
Yes.
Sorry, Flux, as you were saying, both sides for me and Camilla.
Yeah, I thought Fermi will just live somewhere remote.
Yeah, like no problem. Yeah.
Nearby Camilla, so.
So yeah, like around town last night near the west side. Yeah, that is correct. That is actually correct. That is correct.
I will have heard something about this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Like you don't have as much like as street information as like he does though. So they just heard more. And you just arrived in town last night, like last evening or something.
Okay, that's actually weird because we left our jackal person in Giza. So there's
And he's not a jackal person anymore.
So you have a mysterious thing that curses people into turning into a jackal person. You leave the only known jackal person somewhere they cannot be, and suddenly there is a new jackal person.
It shouldn't technically
No.
in
curse more
Alexandria
people.
or
Like the curse was
Yes.
triggered because Ramisu was there when grave robbers stole something from a grave. But the thing is gone and it's already been stolen. It shouldn't curse anyone
But
else.
No.
But maybe somebody already brought it back or something.
Without
Yeah, but
knowing,
it's triggered by the act of stealing.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
And it's already been
okay.
stolen.
What if the person who took it though then did something?
I have to go for a bit.
What if perhaps either someone stole it from another person, the person who stole it in the first place, or the item has some other trigger? Have you ever actually seen this item?
No, because it's been stolen.
Then who is to say that there isn't some other trigger for this curse, or that the item itself cannot bestow this?
Because Maya knows this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
curious to see
I
Maya's, like, I'm just excited to see Maya's response, how she just like completely shuts down Hector's train of thought. So
because X is just
I
like
have I have
sharing
researched
ideas.
this. This is my whole thing. Like until you spend several hours, several days in the library researching this, then you can come talk to me about this.
Okay,
Oh, oh.
gosh.
I
before
am
Hector
poli-
I
inter-
have not dedicated the last years of my life to this for you to come and question me now.
okay, guys, wait. Before a storm rumbles, that's stolen elf that made the Jackal Man.
I apologize that your ego can't take simple questioning.
Oh
I was
boy.
merely asking if there was any possibility of it. A simple yes would have sufficed, but
Well, I told you that it's not possible. So I don't know what else you want from me.
then very well. Do you have another explanation for how there is a jackal man?
Not yet.
Well, then we need to look into it, because if the jackal man was part of your group, then there is the potential for this other jackal person to paint your group in bad light.
Oh gosh.
If you are known to associate with a person fitting this description, and someone else comes along fitting that description and is not a good person, then there is cause for worry. And I overheard, as I was leaving, the phylactery of wild animal attacks. The jackal person in the city could quite easily be the animal that's doing the attacking, if how you describe the transformation is correct, could it not?
Okay, maybe it's better if we try to go there and investigate instead of having like all of this worrying talk. Maybe.
That
It's
would
off to a good start, eh? Yeah, sure. If everyone else okay with that, I'm done eating lunch. So shall we go?
Farmi just started, and Farmi's eyes are like.
I look over to her. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You can get it to go.
I don't have the appetite, so I'm good.
very well.
Oh my gosh. Farmi, what do you do?
Flux, where are you, Flux?
Flux?
That there is.
Hey, Flux?
He had to go for work again.
Oh no. You know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to also go for a bathroom because I need to.
I am not
Well,
certain with the way you do things, so I'll defer to you and offer any advice as comes.
Usually we just go to where things are happening and ask around. So
Investigate. Yeah.
yes.
whereas I try to lean back to Maya. Again, just ask me whenever you need something stolen. And then like goes back.
I just we even hear that. I mean, like that's so. I guess I will express that, Maya. That's so weird. What does he even say to you? He keeps hovering around you. Are you getting stuck by him?
Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't tell me you have a boyfriend. You're gonna
No,
tell your husband for this.
I
Okay,
do
fine.
not have a boyfriend.
Okay, I believe you. So weird.
It's not that weird. I can talk to people.
It is
It's
quite
not.
strange how he only
I'm,
talks to
I'm
you via
allowed to know
whispers.
people aside from you.
All right,
It's not. It's not you. It's him, Maya. It's just
is
weird.
is
It is
Hector
quite
Well,
Not
strange how
weird.
he
I
only
How I
can
talks.
hang out with you
is
anyway.
is Maya and Hector at each other's throat already? What do you
No,
think?
No, no. We're talking about Adam.
uh,
I mean, Camilla, we're all weird. I hang around a lot of weird people.
Yeah, you have
Right.
a point.
No, actually, let's tell Annie what happened. No, actually, I just like leaned back towards Maya to whisper to her, ask me if she needs anything else stolen. That's where Camila was like suspicious.
All right. Okay, so like, hey, Flux, are you back? Flux is not back. Flux is still eating. I guess like you guys give him time to like eat while you all are kind of like talking. Oh my gosh!
Ow.
What? What was that?
Uh, I think some.
The religion, am I right?
Ah, yeah, those things that goes around.
Yep.
Yeah.
well,
Hey, Flux, are you back? Or are you dead? Nope, he's still dead. I swear, he's been taken over by Skynet. He's just been taken over by Skynet. He dead. He like so dead.
well, like I said, I'll defer to you lot. Then.
Actually, in, if you guys are interested to see anything, it's like I have some interesting
Interesting wares.
Are you like Kajit, like saying like I have interesting wares if you had the money or something?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking that too.
that's exactly it.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh, wait,
you're
you have some? Can I see?
I just like took a few like gemstones and put it in front of Camila. Are you interested in any of them?
I lock eyes with
Oh, okay. That's that's too much
Excuse
for
me.
me. And that's I am not interested in those kind of things. Sorry.
Excuse me. Where did you acquire that?
In my mind, I'm just like thinking, oh gosh, I forgot about him.
Just like yeah, my God, like right.
Maya is just sitting there face palming.
oh no!
I talked back to Hector. There was a guy that sailed here. He was selling some gems for really cheap. So I got him for quite a cheap buck. I shouldn't have told you this because I'm trying to sell it, but I'm panicking right now. Can you don't stare at me like that?
Oh no. I'm a question. Is Hector convinced or should we make this a role?
He's
No.
not completely. He's not convinced by the him saying there was a guy selling it for cheap. But he's not completely convinced that it's not like completely
No.
like he's not convinced yet that he's a
Okay.
criminal. But at the same time, he's like he's at that sort of point where he's like, wait a minute, I caught this guy thinking of stealing yesterday, and like he'd gone out of his way to like trespass and things like that, and now he turns up with a full gemstone.
So Hector's mind is full on like thonk mode right now.
Hector is in full on like detective mode. Like some things don't add up.
This is Hector right now. I'm sorry. This is Hector.
Did I do a roll?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the persuade a hunter role.
And I'm
So it's like
This,
it's
this is
like
Hector
here's the
right
thing.
now.
Like it is still up to Hector like to decide whether like they want to believe you or not. So if they don't want to believe you, I don't think like a roll is really necessary. Like if there's like,
Okay.
I think like yeah,
Uh,
you can't like control that. Like, you can't force them to believe. It is still their agency. So like, if Hector
uh,
doesn't want to believe you, like there's literally nothing you can do, unless probably try to bribe him, which may get you poked in the chest with a spear or something. I wouldn't recommend it.
uh, I just keep looking at Maya, asking, okay.
Do you wish
Oh,
to try that again?
Oh gosh.
all
Uh,
right.
I mean,
Because
that's
well,
not why we're here, is it? Let's talk about that tracker thing.
oh, I think like
I,
yeah, I think I will like actually throw you all a bone, and I'll have a runner kid run in, like yeah, a kid like quickly runs in, a runner, and like immediately sees spots Hector, and kind of goes up to you and says, um, "Are you Philakitai Hector?"
Indeed, I am.
Straight away,
Uh,
I take all the gems.
Message.
I have a message for I have a message for you from Alpheus.
What does the message say?
He get yeah yeah. He says like there has been okay, no, I think he just hands you like a papyrus, and like the kid says, I don't know how to read,
I'll read it then.
and gives you the message and like runs off. Like
Yeah.
probably stays around, like holds out a hand in case you're gonna tip or something.
So yeah, I'll read the papyrus.
And then he runs off. Nice. All right.
I will thank him for the information. And then, what does the papyrus say?
All right. Cool. So Hector, with info from Alpheus. All right. The papyrus adds that there has been some recent attacks. There has been some recent. Yeah, it's very like officially written because it's like yeah, it's supposed to be official with the stamp and everything. It's like uh, there has been a recent two deaths in the town last night. Uh, the markings are similar to attacks from leopards or hyenas. The bodies have been partially eaten. The locations of both the bodies have been marked. Says we initially assumed that some leopard or hyena got through the city boundary, but we've talked with all the town guards, and
God, I
none of
am
them
so
report that.
sorry.
So finally,
Yeah, no
he's back.
problem. No problem. You were just eating while Anam was literally shoving a foot in his own mouth.
Hmm.
Just casually tries to sell wares like a Khajiit in front of Hector, who is a Philakitai, on the same table. And Hector just immediately goes into thonk mode. Is like, wait a minute, I tried to capture. I almost caught this guy robbing someone yesterday, and now he's here doing this. And Anam is basically sweating bullets even before bullets were invented. You invented bullets by sweating them. And in the meanwhile, I throw everyone a bone by having a runner run inside and give a scroll to Hector with information from Alpios, and that's what Hector is reading right now.
Yeah, and I just took back all the gems away. Like, nope, nope, he didn't see this.
Anam quickly hides the gem. Oh god. Yeah. So the papyrus scroll says that there were two deaths in town last night with markings similar to a wild animal attack, either leopard or hyenas. Claw marks similar to those. There were two bodies. Their locations are given in the scroll. Says that the bodies were half eaten. Initially thought that a wild animal got through the city's defenses, but they've gone and interrogated all of the town's guards and made sure that that hasn't happened. And there have been witness reports of some sort of upright animal walking around town. So consider this is your first official assignment as the leader of this stranger investigation team or whatever. I don't know. They have some weird name for you. Strange investigations team. Yeah, there we go. The SIT. Strange investigation team. Correct. Yeah. Take a seat, young Hector. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Oh no. Sorry. I almost got it. Take a seat, young Annam. There we go.
So
Sorry.
I'm reading this, and I sort of read it a couple of times just to make sure I haven't missed anything.
Mhm.
I turn my gaze back from the papyrus to Adam and look at you and go, "We will discuss this later. Right now, something more serious has come up." And I look to the rest of the group and go, "Whoever this jackal man or whatever he is was, it's from this. It's likely he has a body count.
Oh,
We need to go and find out exactly what happened and hopefully get to the bottom of this."
Yes, exactly. We should do that.
oh, that's the official paper. Can I have that after?
She can't have it. You need to sign it later and give it back.
Wait, dang it,
I do apologize, but until this is made a actually official team, at the moment it's sort of unofficially official. You're
Oh,
not quite at the official stage yet. Then you can start looking at these. But for now, I'm just here to report what happens, and if things turn out well, then we can become an official.
no, it's just I just want some form of paper that I could show my mother, brag about it being official or something. Just those
If
casual things.
if you would like, I, as a phylactery, could come and inform your mother of the good work you have done.
And your sister.
Oh God, he took the bait.
Oh
Sure.
God! Oh God! They took the bait! Oh God!
Oh God, he managed to trick him.
Oh poor Hector! Oh poor Hector! I feel
Oh boy.
forget about
Oh
Maya.
boy.
Like Camilla's the one who's gonna take you down.
I didn't realize this would be so easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wedding band.
absolute bra moment.
Yep.
I didn't see it
Ma-
coming, but when you said it, he took the bait. I'm like, yes. Oh yeah. Oh, she's moral. I assure you, this is perfectly moral. The problem is, what's gonna happen to Hector is probably not at all moral.
Oh no.
I'm scared now.
Oh, you should be.
so happy that worked.
And then I lean
Oh,
back,
sorry.
a little bit closer to Camila. Can I look at that later?
I haven't.
Um,
No, I haven't given it. That was the point. I said I'd go and visit in person, and that was apparently the trick.
That's why I
yeah.
whisper it to Camila.
Don't
back to it.
worry, Camilla's sister is lovely.
Oh,
Anyways,
Before any of that, though, we need to discuss. Well, we need to go and investigate this crime scene.
yes,
and-
Yes.
of course.
Have we all finished eating?
For me,
for me.
Why are you?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What's this about me?
Yeah, we're
Eating. You've been eating. We've considered in game that you haven't been talking yet because you've been stuffing your face with food.
Oh yeah.
No, I like the idea. He's just very slowly eating while we're discussing it.
Yep.
Just like taking in the new atmosphere of the two people, the two newbies.
Sits there taking like 2 minutes to cut a single piece off and just like takes the.
All right. For me, finally finishes eating. Oh
That's what.
god. And also you now have a name, the Strange Investigation Team, because it's good enough. It's sit down.
Or supernatural investigation team.
Or I mean, it's SIT, so
Uh,
you
it,
can say it whatever.
it's better on strange considering there's no supernatural yet during ancient Egypt.
And the Strange Investigation Team heads out. Oh no! All
Seems like
right.
it doesn't really does like not does it doesn't really seem like a name that can stick, honestly.
You don't have to choose it. Someone has given it to you already.
Then that person is a very dumb person with no
Good,
sense of
good.
passion.
That's good. That's excellent. They are essentially paying you. But anyway, yeah. So there are like two locations. There are two locations that had like deaths. One was in an alley next to the Serapeum, and the other one is next near the amphitheater. They are respectively. This is the Serapeum, this building, and this is the amphitheater, this building. The amphitheater is closest, obviously, because you're like next to the library, so it's like next door.
I guess let's go to the amphitheater.
Cool. All right. The SIT heads to the amphitheater.
I imagine the amphitheater would be the
Hopefully
most.
that name is temporary because I am not accepting that name whatsoever.
Take
I
take a
yeah.
seat, young farming. I will
Wait,
not
in the
stop making this joke because it's too awful to not do.
oh gosh.
All right.
Oh
Yes.
god.
So we're all going here, right? The amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So you head to the amphitheater. It, someone saw that. All right. Yeah. You eventually like there is a location like listed on the scroll of where the body was found, and you eventually find there to see like a few people like loading the body onto a cart. There's like there's I think I would say yeah I think Euclid is there. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, like, can I like can I
You
say
can
like during
say it
when we
on the
ate that
way.
there was like
Yeah, like you can say it
yeah
along the way, like you are walking there. Yeah, you can
Uh,
say that along the way.
Seeing the body being moved, I go over and like go stop, and we need to examine the body before it's moved anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, just put it down. Put it down. Yeah, I think the guys kind of listen to you. Sees your badge as a Philagida and like, oh, right. We thought we were done. Right.
No.
Yeah, and I think Euclid turns in like, hey, you're the new guy, right? Hey,
I
heck.
was a member a while ago. I'm back. So I'm not
Oh,
exactly new.
oh, how long was that? I've been here for a while, though I was like I was stationed at Thebes for some time.
I was here 5 years ago.
Oh yeah,
So
I was down at Thebes. Nice to meet you. I'm Euclid. I'm on the northern docks right now. I'm in charge of the northern docks. Are you? Wait, for me? Um, wait, what's happening here?
you're investigating.
Wait, are you?
I am the new official phylactite envoy with this group.
Oh, oh well, that's good. We've been trying. Alpheus has been trying to get someone assigned to the group for some time now, but no, can't imagine why. But a lot of us are afraid to deal with the things they deal with.
Well, apparently this thing was a jackal man, so probably wise.
Yeah, I thought that was Ramesu. Like you guys returned town last night, right? Wait, Ramesu retired. You just told me. Huh?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's okay. Yeah, it's all yours. The marks are consistent with wild animal attack. So yeah, we thought that was that, but guess not.
So,
Can we examine the body?
The body has been there are claw marks everywhere. The body has been definitely been like half eaten by animals, like wild animal. What does anybody wants to do? Like, how are you investigate? Like, what are you doing?
so
Right.
can I ask if there was any witnesses? Can I ask the other Phylacti if he knows of anyone around here that's a witness?
There
Has
wasn't.
anyone come forward?
No, there wasn't any witnesses. We have a few guys near the dock. This is a dock work. From what we can tell, this is one of the dock workers. We're still trying to get, and we're still trying to figure out who they were. As you can see, half their face has been eaten, so it's difficult to find out. We had some people going around town asking if someone is missing. But so far, we haven't found a name yet. Definitely one of the dock workers from the clothing. Um, probably drunk. There's a few. There's a jar there. Yeah, like he starts pointing out the scene that you all noticed that there was a jar, like a jar of a jar of alcohol that's been that's been
I would like to examine the jar of alcohol.
Who wants to do that? Oh my Anna?
Me? Yes, I want to look at the jar of alcohol.
Yeah. Meets Annam, meets Hector, Pete, 5 years ago. Yeah. Annam, you go to the jar of alcohol. What do you want to do?
I want to keep it. Can I just keep the jar of alcohol?
You
Yeah.
want to drink the jar of alcohol.
Oh no, I want to keep it.
You want to keep it. Well now.
Yes. It may be useful for later on.
Well, I mean that sounds like you like. Are you asking for someone's permission, or are you just taking it and putting it in your sack?
I'm asking for Hector's permission before anything.
See, what is the legality on that? Because the guy is now officially dead, and it is a jar of alcohol. Does he have like?
No, like yeah, like the jar of alcohol is kind of like one of those things. Like nobody's gonna miss a jar of alcohol.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell Hector, I'm gonna take this because it's pretty much nobody's right now. Is that fine with you?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. I grab the jar of alcohol and put it in my backpack, or like whatever sack I have right now.
I doubt he's going to miss it very much.
Yes.
And I'll try to look if there's any trails on the ground, considering I'm quite experienced in like looking
Yes, you
for
are.
animal tracks.
Yes, you are. All right. Why don't you roll investigate? Let's find out what happened.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
What's the investigation?
Sharp. That is sharp. Click the dice next to sharp. Yeah. Give it.
It's a D6, right?
Just no. There's a dice icon next to your sharp to the left. Click it.
Oh, okay.
A pop-up comes up. Just leave it normal and click OK.
My sharp.
Your sharp is 0. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Let's let the dice gods decide.
Yay!
You rolled with a tough. That's not sharp.
Wait, it's
To the
tough?
left. To the left of sharp, not the right.
Oh, that's not.
No, it's fine. Like I was going to take the same roll, but it's 7, so the outcome is the same anyway. So all right. All right. Here's what happens. So on a 7 to 9, you find a clue. Ask me one general question, and I will tell you what clue you find. You can come up with your own questions if you are stuck and you want some sample examples. There is an example list on below, but you don't have to take from the list. You can come up with your own.
It's a general question, right?
Yes.
Where is the direction? Oh no, is there any trail leading away from this scene?
Hmm. Okay. Now, since you are you have spent some time trying to on the trail of these monstrous animals and stuff. This is not something like normal people would have seen, and there isn't like a blood trail. There is a blood pool here, but there isn't like a footprint or anything leaving away like blooded footprint or anything. What is there that you notice in your specially trained eyes is very minor claw marks on the streets leading away from this. They don't go too far. They do go towards the general the road in the direction back from the direction where you came. That's the way they head, but after a little distance away, they just they get too faint for you to follow.
Wait, the direction is going back from the way we came.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll tell everyone else. Guys, I can see like a slight trail here leading from where we came just now.
Is the trail magical? No, I mean I'm asking Andy. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like Anum isn't magical, and Anum can clearly point out the claw marks to all of you, so all of you can see it. So, I mean, is there any way you're trying to find out if it's magical?
I mean, with the sight.
Oh, yeah, I guess you open your sight. They just look normal. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah. Just a normal trail.
Just seeing if there's like any residue thing. Just check. So it's any so Maya, what do you think of these?
I don't know. I guess I would have to investigate first.
Okay, what are you investigating?
Okay.
3 sharp go.
Well,
Nice.
that's good. I was asking what are you investigating?
I mean, so there's a mutilated body and a trail. Yes.
All right. So ask your questions.
Oh, okay. What do I want to know?
2 general or 1 specific?
Can I just do a what is being concealed here?
You can, I guess. Is there
Yeah, and you guys can totally give me suggestions.
Well, we can tell what kind of animal is it, and see if it checks out with if it being a jackal.
I mean, we have the information that they think it was something like a hyena or something.
Yeah. No, the report and also from the citizens said it was a jackal looking thing.
Yeah. I suppose in the dark, a hyena, like a hyena person, could probably pass as a jackal person if they know that there's a jackal person around, but they have no idea about a hyena person.
At the same time, if it's in the dark, you could just argue it's someone in a mask.
Yeah, they could
Oh,
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we know at the moment? There's a mutilated body, probably mutilated by some kind of animal.
Yep.
Maybe a hyena, maybe a jackal, maybe something else. And there's a trail leading somewhere.
No, back from where we came just now.
Oh yeah, but it's still leading somewhere then.
Somewhere, that's true.
Maybe we could also just follow that trail.
Wait,
Yeah.
what about your question though?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess I could just take a also closer look at the body and see if I can find out anything else about any more specifics about what killed
Sure.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just because the report says it was an animal.
All right. So, what's your question or questions?
I guess like maybe like a what happened here and what sort of creature is it?
So two general questions.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay. So you leave the trail alone and you kind of like go over to the body and start investigating the marks, the claw marks, the eaten parts. All right. So the questions are: what sort of creature is it, and what happened here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like from what like from what thing tells you words escape me. From what Anam just told you is that there is a trail leading away. But however, like when you ask Anam, like Anam couldn't find a trail actually leading towards the body. So you look around, you like try to analyze, and you kind of realize that this this man, like you can see that some part of their body appear to have been broken by impact damage. So you
Yeah.
suspect that the like whatever happened here was that this perpetrator, the culprit, jumped on them from one of the rooftops nearby, crushing some of their bones.
And
Okay.
then walked away.
Then like, and okay, so that's one thing. Then you like, so that's what happened. Like that's what happened. Then oh, you chose a general answer. Okay, yeah. And then like they attacked them, killed them, ate a little bit of them. So you try to analyze, and these are definitely like very animal like claw marks. However, the claw marks are definitely like larger. The separation between the claws is much larger than a regular animal. If an animal was, say, humanoid and Ramesu size, then the marks kind of match up.
Okay.
So it was definitely something human sized that attacked this person.
Hmm. So what I look back at Maya. What do you think, Maya?
Well, there's definitely signs of impact here, so he must have been initially attacked from a greater height, killed, partially eaten by something that was human sized, and then whatever it was left. Are there any buildings around that would be high enough?
There are like pillars of the amphitheater nearby. Those seem
Okay.
like the nearest thing. Pillars of the amphitheater.
Hmm.
Getting up there is going to be tricky because you need to get someone, like, you need to get a ladder to actually get up there. Those are fairly tall.
Should we check around the amphitheater then, guys?
I mean,
Like around the general direction?
have a trail of claw marks. It might be wise to follow them and see where they lead before coming back here.
Oh, the trail doesn't go actually like too far. Like, he loses the
Yeah, it's
trail
not
after a while.
very visible.
It gives you the direction, but it doesn't lead all the way to wherever it was going.
Right.
Maybe someone wants to like climb up the
Uh,
amphitheater.
Are there any houses around here or anything where people would be like?
There are houses like across the street, like over this way, and there are like the docks this way. Your like body is kind of like here, like right next to the amphitheater's like columns.
So which direction does the sort of the trail go?
Back towards the library where you came from.
This side. So
Just because I'm thinking if we ask around in that direction, someone might have seen something. And Hector will put that up to the group. If we follow the direction of this trail and ask any people, they might have heard something. Or
yeah, I think let's go check around. Let's go back towards the library, maybe. Or you guys want to check back in the houses at the front there? If they heard something or anything.
Yeah, I think we should do some more investigating around here.
I knocked something off.
Like, oh no.
It's fine. It's
Alright.
not damaged. I just knocked something off. So
All right. So yeah. So what are you guys doing? What is the team doing? What is SIT doing? It's awful.
That name.
It's
Uh,
awful. I love it.
Hector will defer to the to Mike Miller and Fermi.
So the trail, does it just stop abruptly or?
It's I tell Maya it's more towards. It's not very visible per se,
Yeah. It
but
just
at
gets
some
like too
point the
faint to
trail
follow.
just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just like
Okay.
no further trail because it just slowly gets like weaker and fainter until there's no trail.
Yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to know because I was like thinking that maybe if that thing could fly or something,
Ah,
that
nice.
just like walked a little bit and then flew away.
Nice.
Which is why I
Well,
asked
like
if it stopped
one thing you
abruptly.
can definitely tell is the columns of the amphitheater. There are no ladders nearby.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking flying.
Good, good, good. Very nice. Just making sure. Okay.
Are there any claw marks on above then? Just asking.
Are you investigating or are you trying to see
Sure.
that? Good.
Sure, I'll investigate.
Good. Yeah. You will go. I guess you can go next to now that like Anam has told you there are claw marks to find, and soon enough you do find claw marks. They are quite faint because the architectural stone is harder than the pathways. Since it's a side path, the amphitheater's column is made of a harder stone than the road here because it's a side road. um so yeah, there it's way more faint, but there is definitely claw marks that imply that this same creature climbed up this very vertical column.
Okay.
So I relay that information to the others.
Um,
Definitely not a person in a mask then.
okay, so that's how he kills people coming from up top. How many body count do we have right now?
2.
According to the paper, is 2 persons.
2.
And
Yes.
that happened during the day or night?
Last night.
Both of them?
Yes.
In 2 different areas.
Oh.
Closely to
Wait,
each other?
how many blocks away is it from the 2 locations?
Yeah, how far is it, Annie?
The first
Here,
location
yeah.
is here. The second location is here. Not too far.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
like
Not too
like
far.
it's like barely like less than 2 kilometers. But yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
it's possible. It's possible to do in one night.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely possible.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
Can
we should go.
Gamila check what common denominator the two body has? Like
you haven't seen
age,
the other body
gender.
yet.
We haven't checked there yet.
Okay. Okay.
I guess
It's still on the first one.
let's go see the other body first before we jump to any conclusion.
Yeah, I
I
think that's better.
So is the sit heading to the next body? I will never get tired of saying that. It's so awful.
Onward, sit. Let's check the other one.
The sit will rise again and reveal themselves to the world. Okay, I'll start.
So everyone agrees we go to the next body.
yes.
Yep.
Tally ho! Oh, wait, that's not the thing yet. Let's go.
Alright, so the sit heads to the next location. This is next to the Serapeum. It's not up on the Serapeum. The Serapeum is on a small hill. The Serapeum is the temple of Serapis, which is a combination of a Greek and an Egyptian god. It's up on a hill, but it's like the body didn't happen on a hill. It happened on an alleyway at the bottom of the hill, like here. Cool.
Okay.
Second body is in an alleyway next to the Serapeum. I guess as you leave, Euclid like make sure. Hey, so Hector, have you done your investigation? We want to move the body around. At least try to like hopefully if we ask around with the body, we can find their next of kin.
Yes, we've dealt with the stuff regarding the body. We might be back to this area, but we likely won't need the body anymore.
All right.
Uh,
So yeah, they head
What-
out. Cleaners come over to start cleaning the area of blood and stuff. Yeah, as you like.
I'm gonna tell him if he's asking around this area to also just ask around if anyone saw anyone out at night, because
Good. I'll ask around. I'll let you. I'll tell them to. Yeah.
right.
So we arrive at the sepsis. Sepsis.
Don't know the name. Cool. All right. So yeah. You arrive at the location of the next body. There is like a guard stationed here, but like the body hasn't been moved yet. Clearly they were like dealing with that one first and next this one. Yeah. All right. Let me find the information of the next new body. All right. Okay. So yeah. The guard kind of sees your thing, Hector, and kind of stands in attention. Sir.
Adam smirks a bit,
Yeah.
looking at them on guard.
Yeah.
I will approach.
All right, Hector. What do you do? This guy just this guy just stands in attention as lets you think, moves out.
Is this the site of the other murder?
Sir, yes, we have identified the body as one of the resident drunks of the nearby inn. Their name is. I need to quickly go to the generator. That is their name. That is their name. That I need to quickly go to the name generator. The name is Gib. Gib.
Strong name after the god of the earth.
Very Gib. Much Gib.
Yes, a strong name after the god of the earth.
Gib,
So,
Gib, the resident drunk
Look.
at a nearby inn.
so far, that's 2 drunks have been attacked.
Wait, is there another alcohol jar?
There is no alcohol jar. Okay, no, there is an alcohol jar. It is smashed to the ground.
I'm gonna
Dang it.
I'm gonna turn to Maya and go. In your research at the library, have you come across anything that attacks people for alcohol? Like they're both drunkards, so it could be something that needs alcohol for some reason.
I don't know. Have I read about something like that?
It doesn't, like, nothing rings a bell. You're not sure if the alcohol is the common denominator. Yeah, like, it is the common denominator, but you're not sure if it is the target yet.
Yeah,
Annam, I like the way Annam thinks.
Drunkards are also easy prey.
You definitely need a thief's point of view in some situations, yes.
I mean that's the obvious reason, but like the less obvious reason is that it's hunting alcoholics and
which is Adam says drunkards are easy prey, which is the obvious reason.
Hex is just there like, yes, that is the obvious reason, but in my years of dealing with creatures like this, sometimes the obvious is not the right reason, but sometimes it is. But sometimes.
Annam also asks Maya, and maybe they might attack alcoholics, or maybe they are too weak to attack normal people. Maybe that's the thing.
I mean, could be, but I can't think of anything that would specifically target.
Cool. The body is
What?
kind of like as you get close to the body, you realize something, like this body is a little bit different from the other one. In the
How
part
do-
that this body is like, as you get closer, it's not like this body definitely seems like less eaten from the other one. The face is definitely, like, visible. There's no like eating marks on the face. There are, at first sight there doesn't appear to be any parts eaten, but then as you get close, you realize that they are sporting much shorter legs and arms than normal, and then you realize that the bone sections of their arms and legs had been severed and were eaten from there. And whoever found,
Yeah.
like, these guards probably just put the arms and legs together so that it's not like a hideous scene.
So
Oh.
wait, like parts of the arms and legs were severed, and the bones.
Oh, so like, okay, it's like you pull out someone's arm from the shoulder, like
Ew.
eat up to the elbow, then like leave it at that, and then the guys just like put the arm back near the shoulder, so there's a section missing. So like thighs
Okay,
are
okay,
missing,
so
the upper elbows are missing. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, so I apologize.
so
I
parts
will
were
refrain
separated,
from describing.
partially eaten, and then put back.
Yeah, but like, yeah, has been partially eaten and put back. I apologize if gore is anyone's thingy. It definitely makes me squeamish, so I will not explain it any further.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, that got me hungry.
I could go for some more chicken. Not gonna lie.
This is definitely a Janine thing to say.
Sorry, that just reminded me of soft bones and chickens.
This is
Oh my
definitely a
God.
Janine thing to say.
Adam pats Camilla's head and like, yeah, don't worry. There's a lot of this in the world. You'll feel more hungry.
Bruh. Bruh.
Oh gosh.
To be honest, I'm a thief, so that's pretty much what I think of.
Wait, did
This
you
is
just
out
say
of
that out
character.
loud?
This is
Oh,
out of
okay.
character.
Okay,
No, I
okay,
did
just
not. I
making
did
sure.
not.
Just making sure.
Wait, you're a thief, so what you think of is cannibalism.
I'm a
Hmm.
thief,
What
God.
is the
You
what is the
Oh
should
my
name of the
play.
God.
what is the name of the upper arm bone?
I guess. Oh, would you just say it's soft bone?
The
No,
humerus.
for the
Yes, the
bullshit.
humerus. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
the humerus is the one from the shoulder
Humerus.
to the upper shoulder to elbow. That's the
Wait,
humerus and the thigh. Yeah.
wait, Janine, what arm has a soft bone?
Oh, those your kneecap is a soft bone. So I'm pretty sure that you have some soft bone in your shoulders and your somewhere down there.
A fellow softball eater. Oh my God.
No,
Everyone always just skips on eating the soft bone. But we know better.
it's called
It's
either, and
cartilage. It's cartilage,
it's
isn't it?
cartilage. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
cartilage.
cartilage. Yes.
This is the
Yeah,
first time I've
cartilage.
ever
Oops,
heard
sorry.
cartilage called soft bone.
That's why when I
No,
was like,
there's a soft bone, like the part in between the cartilage and the bone.
Yeah.
Right.
no,
Anyway,
isn't that tendon?
anyway, moving on away
Oh, okay.
from the
Yeah.
discussion of cartilage and soft bones and chickens to the human body that has been brutally dismembered and remembered in a very bad way. Yeah. What do you do as you
Are
realize
there
the
also
gruesomeness of the scene?
impact marks on that body?
Ah, interesting. Are you like
Interesting.
investigating, Maya?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, good. You get a +1 on this because you've already investigated this thing, so you know like what to investigate. I mean, you already have a +3. I'm not sure I can make you win further. Okay, it doesn't affect much, but it you do you know. Okay, one general question. Hit me.
Yeah, I want to know if there's similar impact marks to the first body.
It doesn't like this one. There is impact mark, but it's not similar in that it wasn't crushed. It looks like the body was slammed against the wall, like the hill's
Yeah.
wall that goes up, like up to the Serapeum, like a 40 feet, 50 feet high hill, like there's a rock face, and the body was slammed against the wall. You see like remains of a little bit of blood on the on the wall where the body like just was slammed. So it was slammed from the side, not from the top. But there is like impact, but not the similar one. But yes.
Uh, can I investigate the scene itself?
What exactly are you investigating? Yes. Like,
I
and how
want
are
to
you doing?
investigate. I want to look around the ground and also the wall, whether it's been scratched or
Very
are there
nice.
any like trails?
Very nice. Uh, roll. You also get a +1 because you've already done this. So, when you click the roll left of sharp, when the pop-up shows up, write only one. Don't write the symbol plus. Click OK.
Okay.
The symbol plus will break it forever. One general question. Hit me.
Nobody's failed yet.
Yet. Uh, is there any like specific claw marks on the walls and floor, or like hair or anything?
There's no claw marks or hair on the hillside wall. No, the hillside wall only has like human like skin, a little bit of human skin, like kind of like when the body was slammed into it, and like there are like some hairs like kind of stuck in the wall. There are some there are some blood marks as the impact, like yeah. But there's no like claw marks on the wall itself. Like the creature probably didn't like bother with the wall or something.
What about hair?
What about the hair? Well, like you get a general answer. So
Oh, sorry.
yeah, like I can
Question.
specialize. Like it's the human hair. It's the human's hair. Yeah, you can tell it's the person's hair.
Okay.
I have a question. So obviously this is an alley. So on one side of it we've got the Serapeum and the Serapeum wall.
Yeah.
What's on the other side? What's the building next to us on our other side?
Yeah, it's like a single story building. This is kind of like small housing parts of the area. There's not like this is not like there's no like tall buildings. This is all like single story buildings. Yeah.
Can I go and see if knock on or whatever, see if someone's in? Because
Yeah.
if they were in if this alley is right next to their house, they may have heard something, especially if this guy has been bludgeoned or whatever right next to it.
That is a very good thing. Why don't you go around? You go around and like knock around things. I think you definitely like have like a few like not very many people are here in the morning right now. Like most are away on work. But I think you come like a really old grandma type person just like replies, hold on, I'm coming. Yes, how can I help you? Like just like kneeling over on like a large stick, looking up at you, like standing straight and tall and very like, wait, am I died? Am I in heaven? Are you an angel?
I pinch his nose. You're alive. Why are you like this, old man?
I'm old. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Wait,
Pretty
you're
sure
not.
even
Wait,
old people have more
you're not an
virility
angel.
than this guy.
You're certainly built like one, young man. What's your name? She reaches out and touches your chest, Hector.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Hector
even older.
just sort of shakes off the sort of like just like, yes, greetings, man. We're here investigating a crime that happened in the alleyway next to your home. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we wish to ask if you heard anything last night.
Heard anything? Well, who? There was a dead. Oh yeah, old Geb. Someone say the Geb got eaten by some hyenas last night, right?
It appears foul play might have been in order.
There was a bird attack.
No, not foul playing, ma'am. Foul as in evil. Someone attacked him in the alley. We're wondering if you heard any voices or any sounds of scuffle. Saw anyone leave.
Well, I just heard Geb singing real badly, like he usually does. So I cover my ear real good. Then he went all quiet, and I thought that was good. He stopped screaming.
He stopped screaming.
Oh yes, he always sings very badly, and I guess he was singing a bit too loud yesterday night. I don't know.
You thought he was singing, and now
Well,
Camilla's just gonna try not to laugh.
you are right. He was screaming. That's for sure. And I'm told the grunt.
Did you see anyone leave the alley or hear any other voices that you can't recognize?
I think I heard hyena growls.
Hyena.
In
Right.
which direction?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know if there were hyena growls. Everyone just said there were hyena growls. My son said there were hyena growls, so I thought they were hyena growls. Now you're saying it's a bird growl.
Okay, old man. Okay, old man.
It
I'm
isn't
sorry,
a
Hector.
bird, ma'am.
But you just said it's a bird that attacked Geb.
No, I
flew up with him to heaven. Oh, you're an angel. You've come to take me. She touches your chest again.
I touch her hand and slowly pull it back.
I just threw it down. Fucking
Yeah.
misogynist.
ma'am, it's clear that you didn't see anything. So have a good day. I hope you stay safe.
No, you need to
Perhaps
take me to the field of reeds. Don't leave me.
I'm sorry.
Venom closes the door. That's enough, guys.
Yes. So
I'm
that was
sorry.
not as helpful as I hoped.
You were groped by an old lady. I don't think that was any helpful.
Sorry.
The old lady is awesome.
Uh,
I'm so
You,
sorry.
when you're in the work I'm in, you get all sorts of people.
Yes.
Camilla.
I'm used to this sort of thing.
That's not a good thing. But maybe we should go to the next couple.
I, I,
I think like as you look around, you realize the guard is like now squarely looking away, but you can see him shake, like he's trying to hold back laughter. Just like
oh, that's all you
shaking.
get for trying to do that. Asking an old
I
woman
sort of
and old man.
Venom is like really having a headache night right now. Let's check the next house, can we?
oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I didn't even have to make you roll. I just like you wanted information, you get information, but you get to have a really dumb scene.
Does he get experience for the trauma? Oh,
Sadly, no.
Wait,
He's used
no.
to it. He's used to
Hector,
it.
you're already used to it.
Yeah. All right.
doesn't
So okay,
mean it
okay.
makes
So
it any
Hector,
better.
Hector. The information you do get is that like there was Gib was definitely screaming,
That's okay.
and there was
As you
definitely
do when
growling
someone
noise,
rips your arms off and
and there
gnaws
was
them.
definitely growling noises. Like
mm,
that does give you one information is that Gib was alive when his arms were
Yeah,
being ripped off.
Ooh, that's not a
yeah.
Ooh.
Which makes me think Geb might have been a more like the other guy was just sort of mauled. This seems a lot more personal. So I'm going to sort of say that to the group. Just go. Well, at this point, we know he was screaming, so we know he was probably alive when his arms were ripped off. The other person attacked was brutally mauled. This person was ripped apart and left alive to suffer,
Wait.
which makes me think it was more personal in this case.
Hector, do you think it's possible that somebody might have seen this? Like maybe they were curious about the screaming or something?
They might have done, but
Ooh, hey, Maya, you can definitely like from your investigation of the body, you can tell that the like body was definitely like dead, like like you know, the body was definitely like
Okay, he
dead.
was dead before the arms and legs were removed.
No,
He was an alpha.
yeah, like not like before they were removed, but like Hector just said like that Gabe was left alive, like when the creature left him. That's not true. Like the yeah, like I think you
the
can like give a look see and you kind of collaborate your information, and Maya establishes that yes, Gabe was alive when the arms and legs were ripped off, but he died soon,
right.
like from the blood
So,
loss.
Okay.
so the blood loss would have killed him pretty
Yeah,
quick, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
figures out that Gabe was alive when
Still, it's still a pretty brutal way of killing
oh
someone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does seem a
Mhm.
little bit more personal than just mauling them in a back, like in sort of yeah.
Wait, is it possible that anybody from above the temple saw the alleyway?
It seems unlikely that the people in the temple would be looking down like 50 feet trying to see what was happening in this dark and dank alleyway. But I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but it does seem unlikely. Yes. If any
Oh,
one of you, like, if you want to go up to the Seraphim to ask around, that's totally fine. I know Hector has some contacts there that you may want to use. I don't know.
what time is it in game?
Oh, yes. It has been a few hours since you finished your lunch. So let's just say, like, it's like slowly getting sunset, I guess. Like, sun is
Well,
leaning in the horizon. It's
yeah.
probably like I don't know, 5:36, because that is around the time when it gets dark here, unlike northerner countries.
hmm
Northerner.
Well, we could, test a couple of theories. One is he's attacking drunkards, and two is that he's specifically looking for this person and accidentally killed the first dude out of, wrong identity type of deal.
Oh, so you're saying this might be a target?
Yes. So we could test it by having a bait or,
This,
the usual stuff.
it does look like this man was targeted. We don't know why the other man was attacked. It could be mistaken identity. It could be that this thing needs to feed on human flesh. And
Yes, so we could set up a bait, and then if he didn't attack, well, you could act like one of you guys could act like a drunkard. And if they didn't attack you because you're a drunkard, then that's fine. That solidify that it's not actually the basis of his attack.
Straight away,
Or it's
Arnum
maybe
takes the.
just not in the area. Like that doesn't tell us anything.
well,
Yes.
if a previous theory was that the drunkard might have been attacked because they're weaker than others, so it's probably not wise for me and Fermi, who are clearly stronger than most, to be the bait. So I turn to the other person in this group who I feel
Yeah,
the person with
for
the
me just
splash,
rolls his eyes and just like,
the person
fine, I'll
with
do
the
it.
splash. No, I was not talking to you, Fermi. I've already said you look like you're military as well, because don't you like look pretty buff as well?
I
I was
look
turning to
away.
Arnhem.
I look away and try to hide my bag
Can't
with the alcohol jar.
The
Wait, so let me get this straight, Hector. You're asking me, a pure normal civilian, to act as a drunkard?
we have already established that you have gems in your coat that you likely did not procure by.
Dang it, you remembered. Uh, uh, fine. I'll be the bait if you guys need me.
Well, technically, if you became the base, you may be actually be paid because we are official letters sent.
I guess, sure. I just want one thing though. I want Hector to forget all about the gem stuff.
We can discuss me remembering or forgetting about certain gemstones dependent on your actions later on. If you help to protect the people of this town, then I can ignore a few misplaced gemstones. If you don't act in the best interests of the people, however, well, my job is to ensure the law is preserved.
Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Okay.
To the utmost, innocence must be protected. If you help with that, then I
Okay,
think I can
fine.
forget.
I'll be the bait. For
Okay, hold
tonight.
on. Just asking Ernie, our character. What abilities do you have?
What?
Cool. No,
Ernie, in this passive moves. What moves do you have?
passive move. For both of us?
The
Yeah, like
gumshoe.
what kind of moves?
The gumshoe has two
Oh.
given moves are called confidential and naked city, and the gumshoe has just one more thing.
Is this me you're asking what my passive moves are?
The person who wants to become the bait.
Anam.
I know.
Has the wronged move. I know my prey. Never again, and what does not kill me.
So Ernie, so you have armor skills.
Uh,
Armor moves then.
I have passive +1 armor though.
Because
And
I have a passive +2 armor.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The reason we were suggesting Anam though is because he doesn't look as imposing as. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if the reason this thing is attacking drunkards is because they're not going to put up much of a fight, and the people who are clearly like well built and like
Heart.
Oh, and
yeah, and the ones
No, Flux, you don't have to worry because my what does not kill me skill, it gives me whenever I suffer a harm in a fight, I get +1 ongoing until the fight is over.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
It's I don't know what the kind of luck you have though.
Yeah,
Did
like
you see my luck before?
I mean, he hasn't lost a single roll yet, so I mean,
Yeah, and I have 0 sharpness, so I'm like,
and that was like
that's my pure luck.
0. Alright. Hey,
So
yeah.
Anam resignated to his fate and said, "Okay, I'll do this."
Oh my gosh. Alright, so what's the plan? How are you setting up? Like, are you going back to the library to like prepare, or like what's the plan? I'm just curious.
Who's the wait? Camila made the plan, didn't she?
I'm what? I didn't do plans. Why you look at me?
so
Maya, I guess. What's the plan, or Hector?
willing to
I mean,
defer to Maya.
this is all purely speculative at this moment. We don't know if the alcohol has anything to do with it, and do we really want to put one of us into so much danger?
The thing is,
no.
if we are close by, there's less danger involved in this whole deal than if we weren't. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, Adam intercept. He said, "It doesn't really matter that much as long as you guys are safe. I'm fine with that."
No, we.
Uh,
The
Well,
the thing is, if we just sit and wait and someone dies tonight, then that's on us. If we try and find some way of dealing with it, then at least we've tried. And he's much safer than anyone else dealing with this because we'll be there to watch and ensure he's safe.
all right.
How
I think
how far is the amphitheater away from where we are now? Like how far were the two bodies apart?
Yeah,
Wait,
like
it's about here.
one is here. Let's see. One is here, and the other is yeah. One is here, and the other is like here.
Okay.
I mean, but that's like pretty big distance. We have no idea where this thing might strike next.
I was going to suggest if we can find out who the other body was, which might have been identified by now, they might have drank at the same establishment. and we can probably watch out there. If they didn't, then there isn't really much use in the bait plan, and we should just make sure to keep an eye out and put a presence out tonight.
And also another thing, it's easy for us to look around and hear whether there's any screaming. We would be faster in that sense.
Yeah. So basically, if they drank at the same establishment, we go through with the bait plan. If they didn't drink at the same establishment, we don't actually have any real linking between them other than that they're drunks. So just have a look around.
Anem takes the alcohol jar from his bag. I told you this thing would be useful.
Yes, apparently so. Well, if we do find that they came from the same establishment of drinking, I suggest we go put the bait in somewhere that is an open space so he wouldn't jump down from up the trees or up the houses.
But
'cause
not too
that,
far because that he won't use him as a target.
yeah.
Okay. So so we're gonna try and find out if these people drank at the same place.
Cool. So yeah. What do you do?
So I'm gonna go basically to the phylactery and ask if.
Yeah. All right, cool. So what is the rest of the team doing? Like as you go do that, Hector?
I guess we would go to somewhere to prepare all of this stuff.
Are there
Or like-
any identifying marks on the jar of alcohol that we have?
Not really.
Oh,
no.
wait,
Yeah. No, it's just a jar.
It's just me grabbing
Could have
stuff.
been that there's like a little stamp property of Poseidon's
No.
Bowl in.
No, it's just a random, like normal jar. Kind of, like,
Oh, okay. I guess we just stay on one spot until night comes down.
Alright, Hector. Alright, Hector heads to the Philakitae. What is the rest of the Sith doing?
Should we just wait for Hector before we?
Alright. Why are you
Plan
waiting?
any
Like,
further?
are they like? Are you letting them in
We could
your
also
like
just
heaven?
go with him. Why are we letting him go alone?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, yeah, you can come to the phylactery with me, and I'll just go in
Yeah,
and find out. Yeah.
let's
don't
just
want
stick
to-
together.
No.
Don't
a
split the party.
No, wait a second. I prefer not going there, Maya. Is that okay?
I mean, I guess you could do something else, normal citizen.
Oh my god. This is the running gag now.
I've just I've just noticed something, by the way. It says in the notes at the beginning of each mystery, Maya, the woman with the plan, and I don't think we ever rolled that, did
Oh
we?
yeah, I forgot
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Shit.
I remember.
I forgot again. Once again, I forget. God damn it, me. Maya, please roll the thing that you're supposed to roll that I totally forgot. Once again. Roll sharp.
Maya, roll badly so that the rest of us get good luck.
Oh wow.
Oh,
All
never
right.
mind.
Let me open my turn counter and find that and add a 2 there. God damn it. I even have it set up, but then forgot again. I got excited by the 2 new players and got completely forgot.
So it's all right. It's only 3 hours in.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all. I forgot to, so whatever.
It's fine. I mean, I don't think anything has happened that you would have used them
Yeah.
yet, but yeah. But like something might happen. Anyway, yeah. What so shall we say maybe Hector is heading to the, if somebody wants to go with Hector they can go. The rest of you maybe go back to Maya's place in the library, the haven or something, I don't know. To prepare?
What are we even gonna prepare? We don't even know what we're gonna do, yet.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. Let's just go to the select.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could go do something else.
Random citizen.
Yeah.
Anam, do you want to come to the Falakatai building with me?
I'll meet. I'll meet you later.
We
I'll go
get
walk.
to the Falakatai building and there's wanted posters everywhere with Anim's face on them.
There's just a bunch of guys all in a circle with like spears pointing at him. Like, good job, Hector. You brought in that wanted criminal. You brought in the dreaded normal citizen. There's like wanted posters just with the name normal citizen on it. No one knows his name, just that he goes by normal citizen.
I love it. This is canon now.
Normal citizen.
Okay, no, everyone, you guys can just go to the flag attire. I'll walk around. I'll do my.
Are you
Oh,
already turning yourself into bait?
He's
Yes.
making himself bait before we even have to.
nice.
And we won't even be there to help him.
I will walk with him because I'm just curious what he's hiding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The team is now splitting up. Gamila and Anam are walking around, totally being normal citizens, and the rest of you are heading to the Archetype building. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, Anam is doomed. I'm sorry. Anam stands absolutely zero chance against Gamela. But you might as well surrender already. Alright. So you head to the Philokatai building. It's like it's kind of it's like pretty much how you left it. Alpios has way more papyrus in front of him right now. It's like he's looking very stressed out, but he's like still like rapidly signing and like typing, like writing down like everything. There are a few like assistants now just helping him, but like carry the papyrus away. But
So yeah, I will sort of go over. I've looked at the bodies.
oh good. We managed to find the name for the other person that I need to look up again. I just said I did, and then I totally forgot to look it up. So, yes, give me a thingy. All right. The name is Enops. Enops. Enops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Enops was Enops is a dock worker. That they were returning home. They didn't. Their home is on the south side of the city, like out in the farmlands. They never made it there, obviously. That's why we couldn't find any next of kin initially because we were searching nearby. But when we had the body like wandering around, we found some of his friends who spotted him, and then we found his next of kin.
Do you happen to know if he and the other victim drank at the same establishment? Both of them were
I
inebriated at the time of death.
I don't know. I've been stuck in here all day long. There's so much fitness work. If I knew I would have this much work, I would not have taken this promotion. Oh god.
Apologies.
You can ask Euclid. He was on the Enops case. He's here in the next room, eating. I think taking a late lunch. Well, early dinner. I don't know what he's doing. I wish I could have a late lunch. I can't. I haven't even eaten since morning. I can't finish. Oh.
I apologize for the bother.
It's not your fault. I'm just. I want to get through all of this.
I understand. Yes. I do not envy you the task of the desk work.
Alpheus is very stressed out. Dang it. This is what happens when you take someone who's used to working in the field and put him in an office. This is
It's
what
exactly
happens. Poor guy. Took a promotion that turned out to be worse than a demotion. Says they ID'd the dock worker Enops family in the southern
Wow.
farmlands. Euclid is in the room next door eating. Alpheus hasn't eaten since morning. Just stressed out.
We hope to resolve it soon, but I would let you know that this is not just a random attack. But it's some form of murder.
Of course it is.
It was a person who did this, though we're not sure the motive as of yet.
Of course it is. And I heard that it looks like Ramesu, but it can't be him because he's not here anymore.
It's someone with similar abilities.
Why didn't you guys? Farmy, Maya, why didn't you tell me Ramesu quit?
Well, I told
Just came
also
back from there. We haven't really had the time.
Okay, alright, okay, fine, yeah. I can get that not having time. I haven't had time to eat. Did I mention that? Okay, so it's something like Ramesu but not him. So that's
Well, we
good.
don't know what it is yet.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, I guess talk with Euclid. Sorry I couldn't be of much more help.
I understand completely. We'll leave you to your work, and may the gods help you, my friend.
Only they can. Only Thoth can. Please, Thoth, give me the strength to finish this quickly. I seem to recall Thoth was the
Yeah.
god of knowledge, if I recall correctly. So it's
He is. I'm gonna look at him and go. Are you sure you want Thoth, the god of knowledge and books and things, to be the one to stop you having paperwork?
Oh.
I would. You should probably pray to one of the warrior gods to get you away from this death.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good point. Lady Sekhmet, help me, please. She says, as like one
Wait,
of
Set
the
is a lady?
yeah, Sekhmet. What was it? The Lady of Slaughter. Yeah, Sekhmet was
Yeah,
the Lady of Slaughter.
Sekhmet, I believe, is like a lion goddess.
Yes. Yeah, she was the lion goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go next door and stop bothering the poor guy.
Yeah. Next door, you see, Euclid basically stuffing like a pickle in his face. It's like, oh, hi, yeah, hi, you talked with Elphius?
Yes. He would probably appreciate it if you offered him some food.
Oh, he hasn't eaten? Oh, yeah, I should probably. Yeah, I think he shouts at one of the nearby guards. Hey, the boss hasn't eaten. Go give him lunch yet. What's matter with you? And one of the guards just quickly runs, scurries off.
So.
Yeah,
we heard.
I did the guy Enops sent the body to his family.
Yeah. Do you happen to? So both victims were drunkards. Do you happen to know if they drank at the same place?
Well, Gib was a known drunkard. He like always frequented that one seedy place down in the south, like like right next to the south side of the Serapeum. I'm not sure about Enops though. Enops doesn't seem like someone who drinks a lot. He was probably taking the jar of alcohol to his home.
Hmm.
Like once we got a name, we asked around about like if he was drunk or something. Like since you mentioned the possible connection, and like none of them seem to think Enops was never seen as a drunkard or anything by his like fellow dock workers.
Was it odd for him to have alcohol?
No,
Then?
no, not really. Like they weren't surprised that he was carrying alcohol. It's just like not something he would probably drink on the road.
Hmm. Well, that throws a spanner. That messes up that plan. So I just turn to the rest of the group. Well, that's that plan. That theory gone.
Yeah.
So who's up for wandering the streets tonight?
I mean, it's not like I have anything better to do, I guess.
Oh God. All right. So are we like you know what? Let's have this. Let's have all of you kind of like meet back since it has been 3 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes. We're just going to call off this session as the next thing takes
Mhm.
place. So yeah, you the two teams kind of meet up. Actually, before the two teams meet up, I want to see what happens when what kind of chaos happens when Gamila and Anam are together.
Let's just gonna go. So, what were you and Maya talking on about early in the morning or during lunch?
Well, that's a bit of a trade secret, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I had just an inkling since she has connection with merchants. Are you perhaps merchant of some sort? Because I'm I'm a merchant and I'm trying to put myself out there to have connections.
uh, you can say I'm a merchant. I'm a special kind of merchant. Yes.
Oh God.
Oh, really? What kind of specialty? Because I might need some help. Also, I I I'm not as rich as obviously as her, but I have money spare.
Um, yeah. Adam just shows Camila inside of his bag all the random stuff in there. I'm the type of merchant. I'm the type of merchant that can get people anything that they want, pretty much.
Oh, I think at this point Camilla realized what is now. Oh, so you're for the lack of a better term, hired to steal by Maya. Is it?
Not
Hey,
not not to steal. It's to find stuff.
Okay, okay, I'll take that. And I know Maya is, yeah. If
And
well, if that's your job, I would actually, information wise, are you open to have those kind of acquisitions if that's possible?
This is Gamila.
wait, sorry, what did you say? What did you say?
I said if you're kind of person that you can provide things, I would information also be part of your merchandise?
Yes, actually, I do know quite a bit of stuff, but not as much as Maya. Pretty much, it's more like
Yeah.
social.
social. That makes sense. Well, I guess I will hire you sooner in the future then. Have a
Adam takes
couple of things.
Adam takes a gem out of the bag. You sure you don't want one of these gems though? It's pretty interesting.
Uh, I I
Are
don't.
you just gonna get everyone to have a gem, and then Hector will like catch you all like hoarding these like secret gems?
Yup. Yup.
for for a thief, I mean, for someone with your background, why are you so? Sometimes you kind of forgot about Hector being there. You know, um,
Crying.
I don't. I'm not interested in such. But if you do have acquired something around the lines of makeup,
Oh,
Oh wait, if you're thinking about makeup,
oh, you
I
have
do
some.
have. Yeah, I do. I actually have this specially engraved like makeup powder thing I found somewhere.
oh
Not
no.
not
Somewhere.
so far.
Oh
That
shit!
you definitely didn't go back and steal from that grandma yesterday.
I procured in an unidentified location.
But I look at him and say, didn't makeup only available with the higher stature?
I told you I find stuff for people.
Oh god.
How much is that? Do you perhaps chance with have your hands with cologne? You know, essential oils too.
Oh no.
Uh, essential oils, not really.
Yeah.
But I
Okay. But
but I do have this one gemstone that keeps like having
okay.
something.
I
Adam,
do have this odd
Adam
gem.
keeps trying to sell Camilla gemstones.
No,
I
I like the idea that whenever he meets a new person, it's just like, I have a gemstone. If you want.
Okay, okay,
just
okay. You know what? I think we're gonna like
just
pretty much
yeah.
leave at that. Like every time, like you two are talking, and like every so often, Anam is like, "So this gemstone I have, it has the color of your eyes on it," and Govinda's like, "No, thanks, I'm not interested anyway about that."
Uh, anyway, I can discuss other things to sell, but this gemstone.
That gemstone is the most suspicious one. Why aren't you showing that to everyone?
Oh my gosh! All right. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna leave it at that.
I like
We're
the
gonna
idea.
have the
Just
two of you. We're gonna have the team regroup.
I'm just waiting for that point where we're fighting like the Jackal Man, and then thinking Adam just comes up and goes, "Hey, sorry we have to kill you, but do you want this gemstone that I got you?"
Oh my god.
Oh gosh! If
That
that happened,
gemstone is probably so cursed.
that gemstone is so cursed. Turns out that gemstone isn't even a gemstone. It's probably just a really bright piece of salt.
The gemstone's curse is that no one but Adam wants it. But even
But
Adam doesn't
wait,
want
wait,
it. He can't get rid of
wait.
it.
Adam doesn't want it. He wants to get rid of it.
But he
Yeah,
can't get rid of it because no one wants it.
Yup,
that's the curse.
that's
He
the
doesn't
curse.
want it, but
Curse.
no one wants to buy it.
You can't.
He
You
can't
can't.
sell it.
You can't sell it, but you can't keep it also. But you can't get rid of it without selling it. Get
Yes.
wrecked. Oh god. The ultimate curse. You just have this gem that you can't get rid of, and it annoys you that you can't get rid of it. And yet no one.
I feel like Adam could get rid of it if he just decided to drop it, but he's too into his being a thief that he like
You need to
cannot.
make a profit, right? Like you can't just give away things like you normal people do that. What? No, that's wrong. Anyway, all right. So yeah, you guys pretty much meet up. Go like I guess you kind of like do like you said do patrols around town. I guess like in the night, or are you like doing like what's your plan?
I
No,
think
I'm being fake.
at the Hector at the very least is doing patrols, and if the rest of you would join, then that would be.
Yeah. Okay. So like who's like is anyone's joining Hector in the patrol around town all night?
Not me. Not me.
Good. Who's joining?
I'm the bait.
It probably wouldn't be all night just because I'd need to get some rest. So I'd probably when we returned, I'd probably have rested and then gone out at sort of late night. So sort of in sort of standard time, sort of 10ish, sort of midnight, and then sort of through to about sort of
All right. And
like
and
early light.
of to patrol in the night under Hector's lead. Are you splitting up?
Are we splitting up again?
Should we? Is that a good idea?
Should
No,
you
I thought
split up
because I thought
and patrol the town where you know there is a murderous jackal creature roaming about?
no,
I
because
don't
I
know.
thought we were supposed to like have me as bait trying to attract the jackal person, wasn't it?
We found out that they didn't drink at the same establishment, so that plan was kind of and also the
Oh.
other guy wasn't a drunkard apparently, so we're not sure if he was even drunk. He just
Oh,
had
okay.
alcohol on him.
Yeah, because I
So
wasn't following you just now, so I didn't know this yet.
yeah, so the bait plan is gone.
Okay.
Cool. So
Oh,
are you
I'm
like
putting that back.
yeah? So just like few information, like who is like, is anyone not going for
Oh,
patrol?
everybody's going then.
Okay. All right. Everyone
Oh,
is
wait.
going.
Wait.
And
Actually, sorry, Ani,
Yeah.
but Callum did say we should have like shifts or something, wasn't it?
No, I was saying that we should try and rest up to like 10ish, or like like sort of 10 p.m. Basically, we should cover the night, not like the early night, because these attacks would have happened when it was like if no one saw it and things like that, it would have probably happened when it was very dark and when people weren't around. So we probably want to be patrolling during the times when it's very dark and no one's around, rather than the sort of early dawn, like early night and the
Yeah.
sort
Okay.
of
We
early
got it. We
morning.
got it. We got it. We got it. So like yeah. I don't know where you live. You can figure out wherever you live. Anyway, so the question is right now is that like so everyone's going on patrolling.
Yeah.
And like what's the word? Yeah. Question. Are you splitting up the party or are you just like together?
Let's go in pairs.
Yeah.
If we have in pairs, we can like at least like communicate what happened
We should-
together.
Yeah, we should go in pairs and we shouldn't split up too much.
You should go in pairs. Okay. Who is the odd one out that's going alone?
The other one out is the bait.
We should do a pair and a three. And
What happened to the bait? We're not doing that, are we?
Wait. We
No,
just established. Wait,
Adam.
Flux. Are you not like listening?
I'm like half zoning out. Sorry.
there is no. We're not doing the bait plan. We're going to
Okay.
patrol instead. So Arnhem, you can be paired with me, and the other three who already have an established team working strategy can be paired
God.
together.
Wait. Let me.
No,
Let me.
hold on. No, we are not doing that. We are gonna. We are absolutely gonna. We're gonna make sure that we have. How do I say this? We're gonna bond as a team, and we're gonna mix up the ordering.
Ah. Oh gosh.
I agree to Fermi.
All right.
So you're staying together. Okay, good.
So
Okay,
I think I think we're mixing it up. So I mean, how are we doing it then? So
I mean, like one person has to save the girls.
Okay.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
So-
Okay. Like
split it up.
it's
Like,
taking. Oh, okay. It's taking too long time. So let's just say you all stick together.
Yeah, we all
Alright.
just stick together.
All
Ah,
five
come
of
on.
you
Okay, there you
stick
go.
together. Do not split
Alright,
because
then.
it's having too much time actually figuring out the split thing.
Yeah.
Because I do want to end the episode first. So it's eventually not splitting up the party.
yeah.
The party.
Okay.
Okay. Good. I just need a single roll to see how the thing goes. That's all. So
From who?
it is Hector's thing. So Hector gets to roll. I just need to figure out what you're rolling because I don't know what you're rolling. I have no idea.
Rolling.
Figure out. All right. So this is Hector's plan of patrolling the patrolling the town. So let's see. It's probably not charm. Is it cool? It could be cool.
I would say cool.
Is it not investigating, or is it?
Wait, for
Hmm,
patrolling, right?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
We
we're
are like
patrolling, so
patrolling
it's
isn't
sort.
No,
patrolling
it should be
isn't really
sharp.
like investigating. I guess
Uh,
is that investigating? Patrol.
I mean,
I think
I mean,
I group it kind of with act under pressure. So
it could be act under pressure. I would say either act under pressure or read a bad situation is what it would be.
oh yeah,
But I don't know which one of the two.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, read a bad situation or act under pressure. Okay, let me actually listen. Let me actually look at the read a bad situation questions first. Then we figure out. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's roll. Yeah. Hector rolls sharp, and we will establish what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Get a +2 on that, so that's dang, son. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you gain critical information. Since if none of these questions work, you can ask me other questions. But if you choose other question, you only get 2.
Okay. I mean, so. Okay, so. Over here. What would be sort of the best area to focus our patrol around? Like,
Well, no. Sorry. It's like you gain critical information as a result of your patrol. You can like establish how you want to
okay.
patrol. I guess you can like patrol around the middle
Yeah.
of this 2 green dots where the bodies were
Yeah.
found, like in this area. So that's like the result
No.
of this roll is the outcome of your patrol that you find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, right. So, what are you saying then? So these questions are about like, what's your best way in, what's your best way out, any dangers you
So
haven't
like
noticed.
if none of these questions fit, you can ask me like any question of your choice, but like instead of 3 questions from the list on a 10 plus, you get
Okay,
only
well,
2
we'll get-
questions because you're only like asking me your choice questions. So yeah, you only get 2 questions, but yeah, you can ask.
Okay. Then do we notice any threats?
All right, and the other question.
Is so do we notice any threats, and are those threats acting? So is there anyone in immediate danger from any threats we notice?
Okay, and
So that would be 2 because those aren't on the list. I don't.
okay. So do you find immediate threats, and do you find any victims like under those
Yeah.
threats?
Yes.
Good. Okay, that's actually good. I think like as you're like doing the patrols, like kind of like going back and forth between these 2 green dots, just sometimes circling around like this area a little bit, or sometimes going around this area a little bit, like while on the way
Yeah.
back there.
Yep.
On one of the way, on one of your like routes, you hear like muffled snarls coming from this side, like the bridgeway, like this bridge, like towards the and I think like all of you are like since all of you are on edge, all of you kind of hear it, and you all like head there, and we're going to end the session just by showing what you see, the monster, and like basically what happened. So like so like as you reach there, you see this like this like one of the town's guard, like the dude who's like like just like having weapons, has a sword drawn, a shield ready, and yeah and
like heck.
kind yeah and kind of like charges at something. You see, as you turn the corner, you see this guard kind of charging at something, and then there's a snarl, and the guard is just like hurled back into a wall. And as you turn the corner, you see this fancy looking boy.
Fancy.
Oh wow, okay.
Velvo.
Oh,
It's a furry.
Yeah,
It doesn't have any clothes.
Gamila had a sudden urge to.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, it's a furry. It has fur, like humans. Okay, good. Um, that is where the episode ends. So, end of
Camila is
session.
pretty interested.
I'm pretty sure Furby has to clock up his ass so that he can end this furry's life right here, right then and there.
What? The
Mean,
hell?
meanwhile, in Gamila's head, I should have shaved Ramesh once, and I had a certain urge to shave this one.
Oh my god.
All right,
You know what? I think Adam has the same thought.
all right. End of session
If they
time.
transform back and then they transform back into the well, are they still like shaved? Like
At the end of each session, the keeper will ask the following question. All right, did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
no.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
undetermined yet.
Yeah,
Undetermined
I
yet.
guess.
We've
Not
seen a
yet.
guard.
Not yet. Not yet. You haven't saved
Not
them
yet.
yet.
Technically, I'm saved from jail again.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
doesn't-
probably. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We
Probably,
learned
yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah. A lot of you learned a lot about each other. I will say
Yeah.
that yes. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? All of them.
Yes,
So, yeah.
we did. We learned that Arnhem was a normal citizen.
That is the most important. That is the most important knowledge gained. I assure. All right. So
We-
everyone gains 1 XP each. All right.
I
Yay.
leveled up.
Really? Wow. I forgot how close you were. All right. Camilla gets 2. Maya gets 8. Ooh, 8.
Yeah, I need to remember to choose my level up
Yeah, no,
thing.
it's fine. It's fine. As long as you don't get to 10, you can choose. Once you get 10, those 5 will go away. Alright.
And I will take a +1
Alright, what do you want? +1 to.
cool.
Oh, alright. The +1 cool. Max +2. Alright, very nice. Very nice. Your cool becomes 2. Congratulations, sir. You have become cooler. Alright. Very nice. Alright, so that was the first session of you all. That was session 15 of this mystery. I'm sorry that I can't tell you the mystery name yet because there are information that it is a bit of spoiler for the information, so I can't tell it yet. But I assure you, as I look at the name, I groan myself. So look forward to that.
God,
Wait,
I hate it.
one thing before we end, actually. Anybody wants a gemstone?
Ah,
Oh, gemstone cut. Oh, just a normal citizen trying to spend some gemstones. Nothing out of the ordinary. Alright, so that was session 15 of Mysteries of the Sand. And yeah, tune in next time for the thrilling continuation of this potentially furry mystery. As we find out
and this
whether,
furry's life.
ask the real questions, that whether Hector will be getting set up with Camilla's sister, whether whether uh, whether they find out if alcohol is really this thing's target, and the most important question of all, will somebody buy a gemstone? Tune in next time on Mysteries of the Sand.